win right here is, of course, Nadas Vincere.
Yeah, I mean, Nadas Vincere has snuck to the top. They've got this dub already under their belt, so they at least have security and overall a chance to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Team Vitality and Team Falcons, this is a big opportunity for them here on this main stage. Both of them still sitting here in the top 8, and the rivalry is there. Team Falcons reigning champions. Someone else is looking for that crown, though.
Yeah, and I think that is a great point as well. Back-to-back champions for Team Falcons. So if Team Falcons lose the Vitality here, not only does it hurt their standings, but does that start the storyline of will we see a new club champion? We don't know, but obviously all those things we'll keep track of as well before we narrow down into today's matchup in the Fel. I know that drama is here.
I love
Drama's there.
Drama.
Drama's everywhere.
Yeah.
And you do have drama. Do you start a lot of drama? Did you write those questions? Are you the one writing the confession questions?
Actually, no, I did not. I'm still looking for who that sort of a farsa, gave the questions to. Like, I'm still
son of a minotaur, huh?
Yeah, I locked Chris in a basement, and I thought he would give me the answers. It turned out he liked it, so I'm like, well, might as well have a good time, and then we just went back to sleep.
Well, son of a glue. I hope you find it. All right, let's head over to our Crunchyroll story of the day because it is today. And if you see it, you read it. I'm going to read it with you while it comes up. Niall versus Kyle. New rivals, old rivalry, and the implications of that go beyond just the Niall versus Kyle matchup. It's the matchup of Indonesia and the Philippines in MLBB. Trex, this moment, this game means a lot more than just a series.
Yeah, there is pride, ego, everything on the line here. Greatest junglers in the world. This will be talked about in Discord channels for ages to come, at least until, the World Championship, but I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, watch what you say, LaFell.
Hey,
you're going to get clipped, man.
How can I watch what I see? It's invisible. There's all these air particles in the air. It's just...
You're the one who studied Newton's law.
Yeah, exactly. And Newton didn't say you can watch what you say.
That's fair. He was a while ago, though.
By the way, Vitality, I mean, like you guys were talking about Vitality against Falcons. I don't see how Falcons can take this one because even in scrims, Vitality has been #1, and that's surprising seeing how strong Aurora is. And they're like, yeah, no, dude, Vitality is something else in scrims.
I gotta say this, though. Falcons, Filipino teams in general, the fact that they've had 2 days to recuperate will be scary for anyone. The fact that both teams weren't able to be knocked out in the group stage, there is still a team hanging and waiting. And at this point, they are always going to be a threat. No matter how good Vitality is, they cannot overlook Team Falcons.
That's a cool transition.
Yes, it is.
Y'all sick.
Yes, it is. Good job, guys. I have to say that
best production.
We get off that bus too. We just don't get the camera shots like that.
Right.
That's messed up when you really think about it.
Like, if we're talking about Falcons going up against Vitality, not really the same organization, but a lot of the same members of team. The last time they met, it was like M5, so that's why 2 to 3 years ago. But during that time, Niall couldn't play in the jungle because of something happened between Geek Fam as well as Kid Bomba. Right. So this is kind of like revenge-esque, but not really. Like, they met each other 2 or 3 years ago, but during that time, Niall couldn't play. So now that Niall can play, hey, maybe something else will show up.
Well, speaking of Team Vitality, it's time to take a look at their roster because not only do they have Niall, but Moreno, Finn, Shogun, E-Man. They are on a mission. We had a chance to catch up with E-Man before the match.
We are now with Eman from Team Vitality. Eman, how was your 4-day break?
It's been good because we've been to Eiffel Tower before.
Oh, so you guys walked around, had fun around Paris.
Yeah.
Did the 4-day break include preparing for today?
Yeah, I think so. We've been practice a lot in the other teams. Yeah. So the practice went well also. Yeah.
The practice went well. Obviously, last time you guys met Falcons PH, you guys won it 2-0. But this time, obviously, Falcons PH are going to do their homework. So, Eman, are you worried?
Not really. Yeah, because we've been practicing all along. And then we've been reviewing also their play style against Team Falcons before they go to knockout stage. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been reviewing their games, and I'm pretty sure they're reviewing your games as well. The Melissa was one of the biggest problems, I believe, for Falcons PH. Are you expecting it to be banned today?
Not really, because I think I'm not the one that having a hard time before when we fight against them. Yeah.
Oh, so you think that the Melissa will be open?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh.
I hope so. Yeah.
But what happens if it gets banned? Do you have something else prepared?
I think Laila. I think so.
Lila! Damn, that brings me back to Skylar's generation, the Lila in the gold lane. What about the fighters? Do you think the fighters are still a viable pick in the gold lane?
Yeah, it depends. I think on the team. Like Aurora, I think their composition is so good. Yeah, so I think it depends on the team.
Okay, so it depends on the team. But about the meta, are we going to be expecting something different come the knockouts? Or do you think it's going to be similar to the group stages?
I think it's just similar, but I think the jungle, I think, and mid lane, because I see Falcons before they play also Selena, so I think there's what you call this deny hero pick. I think so. Yeah,
Okay, so the drafting phase
yeah, drafting phase.
will be very interesting in this best of 5. And obviously, if let's say you guys win this, there could be a chance of an Indo-Indo Grand Finals. Eman, is it possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible because I know Onyx is strong, especially in playoffs, knockouts. But if they win against Aura, I think they can defeat. It's either Team Famous or Spirit.
But if you move forward, is that the team you want to meet? Onyx?
I hope so.
I hope so. Okay, why? Why Onyx?
Yeah, because I know they're one of the greatest team also here in MSC and Aurora. But I think Aurora is so good also. But let's see tomorrow, I think.
There's a lot of contenders right now, Eman, and obviously your first one is going to be Falcons PH. Do you have a message to them right before your match?
Just good luck and have fun. Yeah, don't destroy us. Yeah.
Don't destroy us. Okay, thank you so much, Eman, for
Thank
this
you, thank you.
interview. Good luck for your next. And of course, we're going to throw it over back to you guys.
Why is it Turner calling him Iman? It's E-Man, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, as an
E-Man.
Evan, I would know.
Yeah, that's how his grandparents call him.
Yeah, E-Man.
Come here, E-Man.
Brother of He-Man.
Exactly. Cousin, yeah. Distant cousin. Iman with the Turner there having a fun little chat up and talking about Lila and talking about the fact that there is an opportunity for an Indonesia grand final. LaFell, that's also on the line if Onyx make it through on the other side.
That is honestly quite rare because I feel like the most significant Indo Grand Finals was back in M1, the very first World Championship, and ever since then, it's either been Philippines, Indo. So this hasn't happened in a while. So if it does happen, then you know Indonesia's just gonna have a good time on social media, and that's where I will deactivate mine.
Just all like, generally nice, fluffy, positive.
Yeah,
Nothing
a lot of I love you.
Nothing but love, man. A lot of love. I love that. I love you, whoever's looking at me right now. I don't know you, but I love you. All right, let's go ahead and introduce Team Falcons VH. LaFell's still laughing in the corner. Flap, Kyle, Haji, Ogwin, and Super Marco. Bulletproof Super Marco, they call him. Let's see what he had to say before today's match.
We are now with Super Marco from Falcons Philippines. Super Marco, you are now the last hope for the Philippines. How do you feel about that?
I feel happy and I'm not pressured because we know that we can win.
No pressure, and you guys know that you can win, but you lost last time against Vitality. What's different about it this time?
I think we already see their draft and we just prepared for it.
Okay, so the drafts is something that you guys really studied. Is it something related to Melissa? I mean, last time we saw Melissa 2 times picked up by Eman, and it looked like there was a struggle there. Is Melissa a big pick for Vitality?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest factor for the game last match because we didn't respect Melissa to Evan.
How did you feel in that lane up against the Melissa? I think you picked up the Claude and the Brody.
Yeah, it's so hard to lane against Melissa.
Why?
Because of the emblem, fighter emblem.
Oh, it's because of the fighter emblem. But I mean, Claude can also pick up fighter emblem and carry. What's the main difference?
Because Melissa, the advantage of Melissa is smoke.
Okay, so the range was made it difficult. But other than the Melissa pick, do you feel like there was something else that went wrong for Falcons last time?
I think our decision making, and we lost in the mid game. That's why we need to fix our mid game.
Oh, okay. So decision making in the mid game. Who's usually in charge of that? Super Marco.
I think all of us.
Oh, all of you guys. So all you guys just come during mid game, or is there like one certain shot caller?
There's a shot caller.
Okay, so there is, but you don't want to mention him.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't mention him right now. But Super Marco, what did you do in the 2 days break?
I think just practice.
Practice. You didn't get to go around, nothing.
No. We need to focus on the match right now.
Focus on the match. What does this match mean to you, Super Marco?
So much. I mean, so much mean to me. I mean,
It means a lot to you.
it's mean a lot to me.
Could you maybe share about why?
Because we need to win because we're the only last hope.
Okay, so it's regarding you guys being the last hope. So, in this such a meaningful match, do you have a message to your opponents today, Team Vitality?
My message to Vitality is don't destroy us too.
Don't destroy us too. Okay. Thank you, Super Marco, for this interview. Good luck for your next, and we're going to throw it over back to you guys.
You know, I love MLBB because some trash talk on person in camera. Let's leave online. That's a different place. He's gonna be like, get some sleep. Have a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Get on time.
Please don't destroy us.
Practice a little bit, but not too much so you get tired. Falcon super fans there sitting in front of us. And he mentioned for Falcons, they're fighting for more than just a game. Trex, it is the last hope. And what he was referencing was the last hope of the Philippines. The fact that Team Liquid PH is out. And it's really up to Team Falcons to carry that torch of the most successful region in MLBB history.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone that's new to MLBB or for anyone that hasn't watched the esports, this is not normal. 2 Filipino teams out before the top 8 has only happened once before. Was it last time 7? It's been a lot. Last time 7 it happened, but still, this is unprecedented at this point. Let alone the fact that even if there's one slipping through, they're still not exactly the favorite of the bracket.
Honestly, looking at this one, and I feel like this is why everyone's saying this is definitely one of the best internationals ever, because the meta is very entertaining, as well as every single team that's coming here, they have showed up. Honestly, I feel like maybe 1 or 2 teams didn't really prepare that well for this new meta, but other than that, it honestly has been amazing. And I do want to see how Falcons can actually deal with Vitality, because they're looking so strong.
Because, and it feels like it could be just about anybody's game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Falcons could still win this. Vitality could win this. Aurora could win this. Team Spirit's in the running. Vamos, sadly no more pro esports. Yangon, I mean, just everyone feels like they have a chance to make it to that grand final stage.
Well, the last time we saw a grand final that included 2 Indonesian teams was MSC 19. We'll see if we can continue that journey or if it will be the last hope of the Philippines that crushed Vitality's hope. Second series of the day underway.
Another game and another opportunity for greatness. Philippines-Indonesia rivalry continues, but before that, I gotta say, Yangon Galacticos, they looked incredible. I mean, I knew they were good, but 3-0 in the way that they did, remaining undefeated, Rose, that's crazy.
Yes, definitely. Yangon Galacticos is now officially a team to watch out for. But let's talk about this match. This second match, a rivalry that dates way back a few years in the MLBB ecosystem. And today, there is a possibility that we could continue this tournament without a Filipino representative.
Both teams have faced off in the group stage, and what have they done? They've chosen to play one another once again here in the knockout stage. Last time, a close win for Vitality. We'll see if they can replicate it again, or will Falcons Philippines fight back? Speaking of which, let's bring up our teams as the drums begin to roar. Please join me welcoming Team Vitality! The hometown heroes. They have dominated the group stage and have made it to knockouts. At first place in Group A, they demanded one thing, a rematch of epic proportions. The Beehive stirs. It's time to get your sting and black out.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. And of course, their rivals for this match, all the way from the Philippines, it is Team Falcons Philippines! The last hope of the Filipinos. They have shown that experience and mental fortitude is what they are known for. But is that enough to continue the dream? Can Team Falcons Philippines come out on top in this rematch? Can the Hopebringer continue their journey.
I love how our crowd is split 50-50 between them. If anything, it means we're going to get a hype matchup.
This is going to be one hell of a series. So with that, boys, you may place your keys, take your seats, and of course, captains, don't forget to meet in the middle. The crowd right now looks like it's about to be a grand finals match. I am loving it.
The handshake is in.
Only one will continue Will journey. Will it be Team Falcons Philippines, the hope bringer of the Filipinos? Or is there a possibility that we will be seeing an ID somewhere in the near future? Let's throw it over to the desk to kickstart this match.
Hopebringer. Sounds like the next Brandon Sanderson novel. I love it, Rose. Thank you so much.
Good one. It's good.
Vitality versus PH Falcons. PH, the Philippines versus Indonesia. In MLBB, you can hear the hype. Woo! It's that time.
I mean, like, of course it has to be hype. This is the battle of the birds and the bees.
The battle of the birds and the bees.
Why did we think of that for the Crunchyroll story, no?
I can think of a few reasons, but hey.
Okay. Isn't this like a battle that's been
Historical.
Since the time of Adam?
The time of Adam.
Yeah.
And who's
The atmosphere, unlike anything we've seen so far at EWC 26 for MLBB. MSC is changing the course of its destiny with the result of this matchup. And what will that be? Will it be the Philippines still in it? The hope bringer, the last hope. Team Falcons, who are in pursuit of a club championship win, their first win that could send them back to a back-to-back-to-back, or will Team Vitality crush the hopes of a region and have their opportunity to get a club championship victory and enter into the semifinals of MSC?
That is the question on all of our minds right now. The electricity builds for sure. I gotta say, this feels like a grand finals match.
It sure does.
And ever since MSC took away the double elimination bracket, the pressure just builds so much for these matches in the top 8 because you know there's no second chances. The term "the last hope" couldn't hit any harder for any Filipinos watching out there. And right now, Team Vitality wants to crush that.
I mean, honestly, that's crazy. Imagine you have a flawless run in the group stage, and then all of a sudden, going into the knockouts, facing against the opponents that you took down before.
Vitality versus
match,
Falcons.
It's over. Like, in terms of the mental
pretty
stress
crowded.
for all of the players here, they look calm, but I gotta say, it takes a lot for you to be calm in this kind of situation.
It sure does. And the beauty of that is that there's no need for calm at this point. I feel like the benefit is that you have the chance to have the chance from your crowd, the fans going crazy, rooting you on to let you know this moment means something. In esports, it's common to go through these grueling groups where, let's face it, guys, sometimes a game doesn't mean that much. You're already through. You already know what's going to happen. We are out of that stage. We did that last week and the week before. It's time for the big games, and this marks the beginning of truly consequential MLBB at MSC, and the draft is almost underway.
And it looks like it's going to be dangerous grass here. Yeah, it's going to be dangerous
Right,
grass.
drafting
Will be first pick on blue
phase.
side, Falcons, red side, second pick. And this is already a very interesting track. Vitality
Esmeralda
banned
first
out the
ban.
Esmeralda, so it
Interesting.
does seem like they're trying to open something up here.
Freya
Possibly,
Paquito,
or
first
in
pick.
the end, it comes down to Falcon on what they want to open up, but with the Esmeralda gone, looking for a possible Freya up front.
Yep.
Something of that nature. Fanny getting banned out after, and back to Falcons.
Fanny
with
ban
Aurora Lane
for
both still
Vitality. That's
open.
interesting.
Yeah, because I really
Coming
feel
from
like
one of the
right now,
best Fanny
the trio of
user
Esmeralda,
in ID.
Uranus, as well as Barats, is
Not just
really
best
something that
Fanny
I look
user,
forward to
best Fanny
because
team
the Eudora is a
overall.
very strong pick,
I think
but
it's still at
these very
100%.
heavy frontliners,
Nile
they
and
can
BTR
kinda mitigate some of the advantages that the Eudora
with
has.
the Fanny.
And now the Freya gets banned, which is amazing. I don't know why Freya gets through all the time.
Yeah.
She really doesn't.
It shouldn't.
It should not.
Those last games, that last series, Freya should not
That
have
was
been allowed in
bad.
the land of Dawn.
She got through game 1, won't be through here in game 2.
Freya, in
She's
case
making
Falcons
series
picks
2 game 1.
Hirata, there is still a lot of
And what we have
answers.
seen was kind of
Link
this
still open, Suyo can still be
assassin,
picked.
Hold our cards to our chest,
push comes to shove, then Barats is still playable too. That's Ducky on a straw hat.
They switched that up because there was just too many assassins to go into that pool on the side of YG and not enough for Pro. But here we could see a Harara band out.
I think at this point you might have to leave it open and go for the trade. Maybe come back with the.
Maybe ban a Eudora.
What do you want?
But I think Falcon wants the Eudora, right? So ban the Harara.
I think it should be a Eudora because if you pick
Oh,
up
for yeah,
the
it's
lane,
bad.
there's gonna be
My
so
bad, my
many
bad, my bad.
combos. Or pick up the Zushin.
I think Jushin is a bit too old-fashioned, man. Oh my god.
Wow, guys, that's the earliest
I mean,
we've
that's
seen
a way
Barracks.
to deny assassins, and also it's a good EXP to pick against Eudora. You can bypass everything if you have the flicker. So I'm not really opposed to that. So like Falcons, do they even want to pick the Eudora? Like, I think it's almost gotta be picked by Vitality for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you need the, I would say, toughest guy in the EXP just so that the enemy jungler
They can play
cannot get an
conservatively
easy
with
kill
the
onto you, as
Jushin.
well as you're just
Throw it
able
back
to
to the
have
previous
that
meta.
pressure
I don't know
inside
how
the
good that
jungle
is,
opponent.
actually.
So this is very interesting. The Barats get picked up, and I feel like this can have some hesitation when it comes to what Falcons want, because I think eventually they do want the Uranus, but right now do they actually want the Lane Eudora combo, because both are already not looking that great against the Barats.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, I like that. I like that. Not necessarily a burst, or not necessarily a shred. You can make it up in the red 3 with a carry or a Claude. You know, and Valor can go wrong in this kind of situation. Barats is gonna be up in your face, so Red of the Dryad has even more value.
I mean, I think it's a solid pick on the Barats. The Selena also has been a monster. You have the range. You have a mage that isn't too close.
Do you want to go Ling for Nile? There's no lockdown so far. I mean, Beleric is still pretty hard to go up against if you're a Ling. But still, it's not that bad.
Opportunity to maybe pick up the Ling, go for the assassin here, and if Falcon is forced onto a fighter or utility, the Barats is going to quite literally eat that up. I mean, it's going to quite literally be such a nuisance in these huge neutral objectives.
Oh, the Melissa gets
Melissa,
picked up
oh
early,
wow.
as well as the Minotaur.
Dude.
The Minotaur has been raising in value.
So this is an anti-Ling first phase for Vitality here.
71%.
There's gonna be some pretty interesting picks, I think, for the jungle in the second phase, especially if Falcons do not pick it in red 3. There's no way all Ling is here. There's no way Cal plays Ling. Oh, and by the way, this Barats can still be flex, especially with Selena in the mid lane. Barats can go to jungle. You can pick a carry for Shogun. I'm not fully opposed to that. Claude is bad. Oh my god, the draft is looking pretty cool. Oh wow, I don't like that. I don't like that. I guess it's a way for you to elevate the early game with the Selena also, but like against a Minotaur and a Barats, and Melissa kind of a, I wouldn't say a lane counter, but Melissa fares well against a Clint. I don't like that at all, but kudos to Vitality for picking these 3 picks in the first phase. I think this draft is so good so far for Vitality.
My current worry right now is
Ling ban is almost non-negotiable, I think, for Falcons
isn't
PH.
actually going to be looking that great, especially because in the interview they said that's what they wanted to work on. The reason why I say it's not going to be that great because after about 5 minutes, the Minotaur will have the flash of the
At this
Oasis,
point,
making it
Barats'
so that
jungle is not
any
that bad,
burst
I
damage
think.
that you do, the heal is going to come up and then a shield. So the mid game isn't going to be super great coming in from Falcons unless they have whatever jungler that they're going to pick up later on has a lot of damage in the mid game.
Well, neither team has gone for a jungler yet, which is interesting because normally those picks are
File up and oh yeah, you know what? I'm with that. I'm with that. Harley. So they ban the elusive junglers. They don't mind the Ling. They don't mind the actual up in your face dives. Dude, the draft for Vitality is really solid. I like it. I like it so much. Like seriously.
As the crowd settles down just a little bit, guys, you went for a long time. Good on you, super fans.
I feel like for now, Vitality,
Oh I forgot to.
I think it really depends on what their
My
EXP
bad.
is gonna pick up, because I think a good EXP for them should be something like a Yuzong. The only problem is, wait, no. I don't think this Barats is gonna go
Jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
Barats
can
is
be
gonna
played
go
with
EXP,
jungle.
so
Against a
the real
Barats,
question
it's
is
not
who's
that
gonna be the
good, but
jungle pick here?
you know, in terms of
Because
fighting,
It looks
not
like
that bad,
they might
no?
build a draft around Yi Sun Shin. I just don't know if that's the right idea.
ooh, Yi Sun Shin is not a
Especially
good,
if
not a bad,
Falcons later
that bad
on
of a
pick up
shout.
something
I like
a
that
Yu
for
Sun, a
Vitality.
Lapu, or a Bennett. The Yi
I'm
Sun
not
Shin
opposed to
might have
that.
a tough time.
It's definitely tough to. There goes the Nolan ban. I was thinking Nolan could possibly work for them. Since they're on blue side and they have to show their whole hand, a YSS pick right there where Falcon still has the opportunity
Nolan
to counter
ban.
with their 5th red
Oh
pick.
my god, what do you
Definitely
pick
be
Falcons for the
dangerous.
jungle?
Could be possible though.
What's left on the
I mean,
table?
the reality
Not
is
definitely
they
not
have Melissa who
Lancelot.
works great inside of that type of strategy. A YSS would also work great inside that type of
There's
strategy.
nothing good here
It would need some
for
nice magic
Falcons.
damage, though, and that's where my mind is
Probably
at.
just utility,
What
no?
they
Like
pick
at this
here
point,
in the mid lane.
bring it back to Akai.
Honestly, with the range, I wouldn't mind seeing something like an Eve, but the what you call it, the Eudora's still there.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like any of the picks here makes the Eudora not viable. You know, like the Selena, sure, it's gonna have some, I would say, some poking power against
Pulapu,
the
not bad. I
Eudora,
like that. I like
gets
that.
built up. I don't know,
It's
I
a way
think
for you to
the
dive
Eudora
because
should
they're
be-
lacking in
I
dive.
feel like using something
Aside
like
from the
Kimi might
Baloric,
be too-
which
too
almost
risky.
certainly gotta use the flicker.
Well, the Lapu Lapu picked up. It was picked up last series and it lost. But maybe Falcons have something up their sleeve
Thing
here.
like a bee.
And you've seen the Nolan, the Harara. They've gone deep into the jungle
Valentina.
bands.
Yeah, the Lapu's definitely been having some trouble.
What's
I
here,
mean,
bro?
overall,
What's
just
here?
hasn't been able to keep up with the bulky EXP laners that are out there, and you have this Barats already. We're gonna
You
see
can
the
still
final
pick the
pick
Ling,
into
by the way, if you're
Valentina.
Vitality.
Clean, easy. You get even more crowd
It's
control.
not that
Still the
bad.
Wrath of the Dryad. You pair that up with Minoan's Fury. Vitality definitely just
Hero
has- so it's a
jungle.
Barats
Wait,
set.
wait a minute.
Unless it's a Paquito
Not
jungle.
sure.
Paquito jungle. I-
Not sure.
I
Not sure.
kinda feel like
Can
it
still
would
be both.
better
Can
for
still be
Paquito to
both
go to
actually.
jungle because I feel like honestly both win the lane against Lapu. It's just that I think Paquito has more burst damage
Yeah.
to secure the Turtle / Lord.
And we saw that on last day of groups. We saw the Paquito jungle come in as well.
So I feel like if you want to balance it out, maybe a Suyo. Because I think the Ling is going to be pretty difficult for this one, right?
Oh yeah, so you're still
Honestly,
on the
if you wanna go
table.
utility,
Yeah, I
then
think
maybe
the only one that makes sense if you want to go like
They have played Akai before. It's a win and a
Assassin
loss,
is
but they played
Suyo.
on Rome.
they
Because as a
can
Valentina, I think there would be a bit of a hesitation there.
they can actually pick utility.
Ling
Yeah,
has been
it's either
successful.
Kai
They
or
played
Suyo, I
against
think.
one once. But going
Is there
into
something
this
crazy
lineup,
here?
You feel the hesitation. And it gets
Against
to
a
the hero, baby.
against a Barats and
Okay,
Minotaur?
So let's talk about this.
Against a
The
Melissa?
Joy has enough iframes to actually
Huh?
pull in the goal away of Melissa and possibly one-shot her. Everyone else?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like this is a terrible pick for me.
It's a pretty, I would say pretty dangerous choice, but I can see it working-ish.
No, I don't see it working, to be honest. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. There's a reason they pick it,
I will
Coach
say
Moody.
this, teams have been blessed
I'm
by
leaning
keeping
towards
unique. Teams
Vitality by a
have
landslide.
Made things happen by trying new heroes. The Joy
Damn.
was once a monster, and it does well against a Suyo. Can do
I'd
well
rather
against enemy
go
fighter
for the
jungle,
Suyo,
so
man.
maybe it is
That's
the
so
answer to the
risky.
Paquito jungle.
Well, will it be the answer? The new rivalry in the jungle and the old rivalry
Super
with
risky.
Indonesia and the Philippines. 152 games between
Oh,
them. 90
different kind of
have gone away to
animations for
Philippines. Let's
knockouts.
see if they can make it
Interesting.
91.
Wait, is this 720p?
Thank you so much. We're jumping into our very first
Oh,
series.
that's why.
Me and Brig are here to catch it all. We got Vitality on the blue side facing up against the Falcons.
So it is
on the ring.
Paquito jungle.
And immediately, we already see the openers from both sides. The draft has been particularly interesting. This is the first time we are seeing Joy here and now in this game.
It's a Paquito versus a Joy in the jungle.
Never seen it before.
A new rivalry to come out again now that we're in the
At least for me, I
knockouts,
don't think
but
I've ever
hey,
seen that
MSC,
matchup.
It's always been surprises everywhere, but at least for Vitality,
The M5
they've gotten
flex.
one of their very good comfort picks, which is the Melissa on Eman again.
And that's the thing, right? Lafel was mentioning just now that Joy does have enough iframes to actually close, not only close the distance, but actually deal some damage despite the go away from me. So at this
I don't like
stage,
that.
we're trying to see whether or not Falcons, they built a lineup where, hey, as much as we want Super Marco to win the lane, there are other aspects of the game that we cannot let drop or slip.
Yep.
I think winning condition is definitely easier to execute for Vitality, but if Falcons own the early game, you could say the same thing. This Lina is gonna have a lot of value. And obviously, Clin, snowballing Clin is super hard to counter.
not to mention the Minotaur even. So like objective picks seem to be a bit of an advantage for Vitality. At
Some
least
good
in the
pokes
early
towards
to
Ogwen.
mid stages of the game.
I would imagine that Falcons would just have to look to play for picks, right? And initially I was thinking maybe Hayabusa along the sides of the Joy as well, but I think
Unnecessary
Joy just
from
a little bit
what
more
I know.
concentrated on the targets they want
Nile.
for, rather than you just leaving it up to chance with the Hayabusa. This time around, Shogun is still going to be a pretty big problem. Not only is he winning in the lane, but more importantly,
Whoa.
it's going to be hard. Oh,
Eman?
this is dangerous form. Eman's
Eman?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Why?
The Clint's been
Why?
an answer to the Melissa all along. Flap going in with the bravest fighter, zoning out the members of
Yeah, this is why I prefer the Ling, man. The Paquito is super telegraphed.
But Flap still picks up first blood. The tone as well.
You can anticipate the Paquito, but you cannot anticipate the Ling.
And now he's looking like the next target. The taunt catches up.
They get the snowball so far.
Chase him down. Moreno still goes in.
Bravest fighter out of Valentina is a pretty interesting choice. I mean, they're winning the team fight.
It up.
Flicker by Haji.
They're not gonna fight.
No, they can't go for it
Shogun.
anymore. There's not enough
Oof.
cooldowns on Nile to actually chain it together. So far, so good. It's one-to-one trade-off so far, and man, let's look at this replay one more time because again,
Bottom
this
lane is
matchup,
definitely
the
won by
output of the
Super
bot lane
Marco,
really
though.
depends on the positioning of Iman.
Hold
If he
on.
runs out of that traditional front-to-back
Did Kyle get it?
but keep in mind that even for
Oh,
Lachlan,
wow.
there's no need
Oh, yeah, he
no
get
need
it.
for him to
Nile
flick
didn't have
into
a
that,
purple.
right? He's so deep in the sauce, can't seem to get out after.
Early game win for Falcons.
Try and maybe get the bravest fighter off of cooldown as soon as he's done, and even then, it's too early to say.
I guess it really just boils down to Falcons wanting to secure the snowball. It was kind of brought up in the panel earlier
Hold
on.
on.
That the mid game might see
Hold
a bit
on.
of a struggle
Ogwen
because
has the
there's a
ultimate.
line of that
Trying to. Oh my god. What is that replay, bro?
replay here.
Just the casual purple steal in front of Niall's face, you know? Just the good old...
Hold on,
good old
Niall's dead.
Niall as they're looking for another kill here as Ogwen
Yes,
snaps
they just
up.
overstayed with too long. That was really bad. That was not Vitality-like, to be honest.
Down next and Kyle catches up onto Moreno. There goes Eman trying to
Good
save
peel.
his teammate.
Oh, he's still dead.
And he's
Still dead.
Sniped
Sniped it. God damn.
Doesn't let
Eman
them
might
get
die.
away, Eman.
Surely he dies, right? There's no way he's not dying.
Doesn't have to go away
Yeah.
anymore. And Kyle
2K gold lead
picks up the
in 4
kill.
minutes.
This is snowballing
Dude.
into a pretty huge lead for the Falcons side. One bad fight taken, resulting in
Telling you, man, if Falcons get snowballed, then it's gotta be tough for Vitality. They do have some countermeasure for it, though. There's a reason Minotaur is picked. They can play defensively.
Yo, KDA machine, calm down. I need the money, sir. Please.
Yeah, I imagine this is exactly what Falcons wanted, and they already have that 3K goal lead, which is really great. If the second turtle still goes over to their side, Vitality, what we were expecting for them in terms of objectives might
What
not
is the
happen
ultimate
anymore.
Shogun? Huh?
He just stole away that objective from Falcons.
Wait,
Now it's Flap
who
all
gets
alone
it?
in the middle for members.
Did Nile get it?
One Fury
Okay,
only
I
has
missed
that
it.
look
My
at
bad, my bad.
Flap. Nile picks up another
Nice
kill.
still.
Nile with the electric
Oh, good
beam.
flicker. Good second skill by Shogun, too.
Raven's fighter, last
Damn.
coming
After a
from
2K gold lead, too.
What I
First
said,
item
what I said,
Sky
first
Piercer
looks
for
for
Nael.
Generally, if we don't see a kill, you're going to get
Nice
traded
one, nice
out.
one.
Both of these teams aren't missing any
Gold
of the
lead's still
punches.
pretty
They're trying
good
to slip
for
as many as they can.
Falcons,
Just to
though.
replay one more time, because in moments like this, you would have imagined, okay, the
Boom.
fight's already over. Finn flickers forward, but guess what? Moreno, he's still watching, and it actually extends the lead further.
Moreno
I think
and
at that
Finn is
point,
just
Kyle should have just
not Finn,
decided we gotta
Shogun.
back off here. But
Wait,
that's the
what?
scary part in these types of
wait a
drafts.
second.
Giving away a trade could lead into a bigger snowball, and that's why you see that both sides are so eager to trade one for one every single time.
Such a good steal, though. I'm still not over it. I don't think, and I couldn't really imagine that he was actually within Retribution range. But now just punch forward and actually got it away from Team Falcons. Now it's Vitality. That 2 or almost 3K Goldie we saw earlier is now cut to half. So I think we're sort of even all over again across the map. But hey, Shogun!
Whoa!
Actually decides to go for Ogwen. Is that the choice that they actually want? The random Dryad copied as well, so they get to take at least the 1-for-1. Kyle catches up though, now not looking in a great position. Does he get to sustain his way out of it? It's a no! Falcons chased him down.
Yeah, once again, pretty difficult choice there. I think Niall even recognized that if he
Sorry for that.
tried to go back into the getaway
Someone
from
called me.
boundary of Iman, it might have led into him getting killed as well. So this is probably the best option, but the arrow hits once
Woo.
more. And
Haji with the Selena.
making sure that he is the KDA machine, continues to follow as programmed.
That's
Rio
a crazy
3, man.
combo. Okay, maybe that's where the burst is gonna come from after all. You know, it's the Selena and the Clint. who had a very decent lane. He did mention it was 004 earlier, now it's 007. So I think there's been very decent kill participation over to Super Marco's side.
Yeah, there's way you're stealing this unless you're a Ling.
That has yet to be shut down by Vitality.
Don't like the Paquito, man.
Well farmed on this Clint, currently 2 levels ahead.
Ooh.
Let's also not forget about Kyle, who's actually making a lot of these motions happen in the first place. Like,
This is crazy.
it's pretty straightforward. He's just got to change
We
that
can lose
CC
2 ID rep
gets that
in the
initiative.
first round of
Who is able to
knockouts.
kind of get all the spells out of their opponents, and I think Kyle has done a phenomenal job as of yet. Now, coming back over to Nile, right? Sky Piercer as second item, pretty dangerous. He's 4-2-0, which is already great, but how many fights will he find despite the 3.2k lead that Falcons have developed, right? And a majority of that lead actually is on Super Marco.
Yeah, because I think that fight earlier was started by Vitality, but it was Falcon actually winning it out off of that decision to try
Just
and
let it go,
burst
bro.
down Ogun, which I think they failed
Or maybe they can
to
defend it?
achieve. Another missile arrow, gotta dodge that.
Those arrows, bro.
Finn seems to be having a much harder time right now dealing with the damage and tanking the front lines.
Yeah, early game Minotaur is pretty bad. You have your ultimate. Like, if you're winning the team fight, then that's really good, but Minotaur is deceptively tanky. Oh, like deceptively not tanky. It looks so beefy, it looks so tanky, but once you hit it, wait a minute, we can kill it. Finn getting CC locked on by literally the whole village. Oh man.
Now though they just stole away that orange buff and that's all that they wanted.
Yeah, no, this is actually a perfect coming in from Falcons, right? There's no need to try and impose your lead on your opponents.
Falcon can only jungle now, man.
Right? It's very,
So far, not much
deceiving
contribution.
for most
Well,
people. You would imagine
4
that
kills.
everybody is rich. No, it's
I
not
stand
everybody
corrected,
is rich.
but
Super Marco
doesn't
and
look
Kyle
like
is
he
kind
got
rich.
4 kills.
Even then, it's really just Super Marco. So as long as Vitality take Marco out of the question, then maybe they have an opportunity. But Falcons isn't going to let it go for free. So now watch the motions on the map, right? Vitality start from their side of the orange, and they're going to do the sweeping motion towards the top side after they correct bottom, right? When you have control,
Just gotta
over
wait for
one
him on
sector of
snowball,
your
I
map,
guess.
you gotta make sure you set up those waves.
Yeah.
And also Finn to get
Right now,
tankier.
at least Falcons though will have a clear idea of where Vitality is
Well,
coming
Shogun as well,
from.
because the pokes are not
Very
gonna be
difficult
there
task
most
to
of the time
find
for
Super
Falcons.
Marco,
It's
but there are ways that
quote-unquote
Vitality
only
can
a
actually
Clint.
pick him off, but
Not the
Falcons are
best
already
against
grouped
this
up.
comp.
There goes Flower,
Niall,
trying to
there's
solve
no way.
Falcon tried already coming
That
back
is so
to
bad.
the-
That is really bad. At least there's Finn though. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, Moreno! Never mind. Not much damage. Oh, Marco. Marco is going crazy. Eman still. God damn.
Oh man.
Oh,
gets hit by
Finn's
the
dead.
arrow as well. They're gonna get one more for this. Finn in trouble.
Niall? What? Niall? What is that, brother?
Kill still and Super Marco
Hello?
picking off Nile.
What is that calculation?
Be really frustrating
Do you
for
even
Vitality.
do you even have a
Game
penetration?
They found everything that they were looking
Why would you
for.
go for
It's
that?
unfortunate that Iman, he's not really the finisher here. It's supposed to be Nile, but he was the one taking so much damage. Look, Nile already with the empowered, with his empowered champion stance, he got the damage reduction and then realizes I need to get back into the fight. But since he doesn't have flicker, he can't close the distance as quickly as you would expect a Paquito EXP. So really, it's on Iman to get those big chunks in these fights and then look for Nile to actually try and clean it up because nobody
Wave
else
clear
on this
not
side can
that
do it
good
other than
for
maybe Moreno.
Vitality, I
It
guess.
steals the bravest
You know what?
fighter.
Not really.
Honestly,
It's
the amount of
decent enough.
disruption and
Shogun can also
information
wave clear
breaking heroes that
for a
are
bit.
present in the lineup of Team Falcons are just not making it easy for Eman to do his job, nor even place Muddles in a perfect position to at least
Look at those
force
arrows,
Falcons
bro.
to be a bit more 50-50 about the team fights that they actually want to take, and now they're on the verge of just losing out on more and more structures. That's a conceal play by Oak.
Still very much comebackable, by the way. They have a Minotaur. They have Moreno. Oh my god, Finn! Holy moly. Shut this freaking Selena.
This is too much. This is too much for them to handle. As much as Iman is great at sieging on this Melissa, so far this Clint is doing double the work, not only chunking out key members from Vitality's side, but a raw amount of bursts. Interesting, making a blind read there, trying to open up this one part of the bush, but
Found a bit of flicker, probably.
if they can just get a little bit more space after the muddles,
Yeah, they have feeling they can stay in the inhibitor turret.
Yeah, he didn't have the flicker there.
Again, 7k gold lead, but I do believe this is still manageable for Vitality, but obviously odds are against them.
At least for Vitality now.
7k is still
holding on to their
7k.
base turrets. It's
They got no turrets already, only inhibitors.
right now, though, I think being able to come back from this kind of situation situation really requires for Eman to get as much farm as he should. But now that Falcons, especially with the Selena, are taking full control of the map, it's looking like a very difficult task at this
That's
Well,
okay.
I think it's a good time to play good and bads here, right? Because truth be told, the best situation possible for Vitality is if they wait 2 Lords, and then they should be able to even out in terms of the gold. If not, they have to get at least steal away 1 Lord and somehow get a complete wipeout on Falcons. 4 out of the 5 would also be ideal.
Okay, golden
Majorly to
staff
get
for
that
Eman.
shutdown, that shutdown goal on Haji.
Starting to
So far,
scale,
Falcons
but
just been really out of
don't think
position,
it's
right?
gonna
He's
be
been
fast
throwing
enough.
these arrows from so far back, and it's difficult for Vitality, especially when they are the ones on the defense.
Yeah, this Selena
Barely any
is
damage
a
towards
hero
Ogwen.
that I really expected to be contested between these two, and whoever seems to be getting his hands on this hero is just able to apply so much pressure against the opponents. But Vitality, you're looking at them right now. They're still showing up, trying to get the
Ooh,
position around this objective.
that's
I was
too
looking at
close
that
for
arrow.
comfort.
Yeah, but we've got a slow push down on that bot side, and Niall's already trying to correct that top side. It's going to be back into a neutral state. Same goes for mid, so Falcons will not waste any time. They're going to set that up on a hard push down.
Amon is
mid
just
lane.
jumping to the
Somebody's
Lord
gotta
pit.
correct that bot
Interesting
side at some
decision
point.
there. I would have jumped if I... Oh,
but
Gwen?
Riot Priest
Uh-oh.
from Flap.
Two ultimate
Jonas Welcome,
missed.
though, gonna be committed
This is
onto
a window.
Owen. They're gonna catch one, and they don't have the Wrath of Dryad anymore. Flicker already forced
Flap
out for Owen,
flicker.
but the Minoan Fury of Finn trying to block off the
Moreno
other
still has the ultimate.
Another knock
Watch out for
from
Haji.
him, but
Look
the
at Haji.
other
Look at
fight is
Haji.
dealing a bit too much damage. Look at that
Look
knockback.
at the arrow, bro. Oh my god, everyone's spilling for Eman. Somehow everyone's still alive.
But he's being protected
They got
so
sandwich.
well.
Finn super low. He's dead. Oh my god. The sheriff is in town. Flap. Cleanup crew. Moreno is dead. Oh my lord. Oh, look at Kyle. Almost died.
Oh my goodness. They've
That was so
completely
clean.
ran them into a corner, and now they're gonna
After
go
an
for
error,
the
by the way,
scenario.
from
They should be able to
Falcons.
defend this, but Iman, he can only take so much damage. Super Marco's
Goodness
still has one
gracious,
gold
this
card.
Clint.
He's about to get 2 more here, but they need to clear this wave out.
Okay.
Ooh, yo, yo.
They get to clear it. They get to
That's
clear
a
it
single
for
first
now,
kill and a
but this is
passive.
Super
Are you serious?
Marco and Haji, the range
10k.
that you have to deal with against these 2 members of Falcons. This is no joke. Vitality, I mean, even that Minoan Fury that you saw from Finn earlier, the most that they could do with it is just prevent Falcons from getting even closer, but they weren't able to deal with the other members who were already looking towards engaging from the back lines.
Take a look at the
It's just
items.
crazy how they're
Just
influencing
gaps
these
all over the
fights.
place.
It's just like, it's like a sheepdog
Almost
surrounding
full item
sheep. They're just
for
putting
Marco.
them back into the pen every single
Going
time, but once they
for
get that back
the win of
angle,
nature.
it completely forces Vitality to just say, no, we can't win this fight anymore. We need to keep it front to back as much as we can, and Falcons are the ones who are looking to
How do you
break
deal
that.
with this,
Not to
bro?
mention, we should probably drop the bulletproof Marco at this point. He's machine gun Marco, man. He's machine gun Marco with Ballista Haji in the back. Being able to siege them down from underneath the turrets is crazy.
Whoa, that was also the great Dragon Spear pickup for Super Marco, as we got to see in the items.
Dude,
Another
this
arrow
arrows, bro.
landing, and they have a Lord still marching in mid. Eman, how does he actually
Eman's
deal
trying to
with
drag
this?
it. Oh my
no,
god,
no, no,
watch
no,
out for the
no,
flicker,
no,
Eman.
Already in the base, Eman, below half HP. It's already within range. Vitality have to deal with it first. But
Yeah, there's a flicker.
the stun on Eman, forcing the go away. Kyle finds
Eman
the
knows,
stun
but he's trying to bait.
and
Flap
looking
somehow
to
didn't die.
get
Oh,
the
Gwen,
kill.
beautiful
Kyle
flicker.
finds
Eman's
the
dead.
bot lane.
GG's.
They just
First
put the
game,
hands
Falcons.
number
God
one.
damn.
Beautiful
That was
game.
great. That was great.
Beautiful game, but the series ain't over just yet. This is the hard work and adaptation coming in from Team Falcons PH after their crushing loss against Vitality in the group stages. A great adjustment, but also it's not the end of the road just yet. Vitality, they can correct themselves here. It's not impossible. Just know that the priority list has definitely changed.
It's shifted right now. We saw it in the draft. We saw it in the way Falcons were able to play this out. They were very aggressive at times. We thought it would eventually lead into opportunities for Vitality to equalize or turn things around, but they had to keep the gas. They had to keep stepping on the gas. And it was very rewarding for them. They got the snowball that they need. They got everything that Super Marco needed, and Kyle on this surprise joy last pick. It seems like we're yet to see more and more coming into this playoffs.
I really think so, because now we have a very simple solution. Well, not the most simple, but a drafting solution to the Melissa. They expected the Melissa to come out early. They prepared the Clint matchup to win the lane. I gotta give it up to Super Marco. It's not an easy lane to win, especially when it's all about positioning and mechanics, but they added the anti-CC from the Bravest Fighter from Flap to cut through the getaway from me, to force space, because if Iman can't auto-attack, he can't get the bonus damage from Muddles.
Yeah, I agree. It hasn't been a really good run for the Lapua as a hero in the current meta in general, but in scenarios like this, I think you see how efficient it can actually be in the XP lane.
Let's not forget about supports dropping Revitalize, picking up Flicker. That's something that you guys are going to be sitting on and thinking about as we throw it back to Rain Day and the panel to break it down for y'all.
A moment electric here in the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. We had a chance to see two of the top regions in MLB Beast history go toe-to-toe, and it was exactly what you hoped for, an electric battle.
Not really.
where Team
That's not
Falcons
what I
PH
hoped for
take
any
the
day.
first win. Haji,
But thanks for
bulletproof
that.
Super Marco, do not die. If they continue that, well, it could be another semifinal for a Filipino team, but still a lot to happen, a lot of adjustments. Trex, LaFell, what did we see after that one? I mean, you have to first even just address the energy in this room. It's different than any other match we have seen so far at MSC.
Yeah, the hype has definitely not disappointed from crowd to in-game. Falcons showing that they've been definitely doing their homework the past 2 days. They controlled the draft, I feel like. Marco on that Clint pick was just monstrous. Farmed much faster than I expected. The amount of damage this guy put up in just under 15 minutes, 80,000 damage. The positioning from him was key. And the distance that Haji was able to make for him with those arrows nonstop was also key. Vitality seemed to have no way in.
The Melissa was picked up. The Clint was immediately responded to. It benefited ultimately Super Marco. That is going to change most likely in this next draft. But if you look at the drums beating, this is also, for those joining us, a rematch of a knockout game that put Team Falcons PH towards elimination. Vitality had moved on. They had just barely gotten through after beating their sister team, Team Falcons Meta, and now they are here and take game one. LaFell, I know you have some stuff to break down with us on what this means, but there are so many resurgences happening from this Philippines team.
No, honestly, like, this is one of the more technical games that we will really see, where it's not a simple rock, paper, scissors, because the main thing that I'll be talking about throughout the analysis is actually the positioning of Team Falcons PH and how, I would say, the first 4 to 5 minutes, they understood what Vitality was trying to do, because Vitality was pretty honest in their early game attempts, and then they were able to capitalize on that by having just one good pick, and that good pick was the Belleric, right? But then evolving, they just, okay, like right now, Trex, help me out. Yeah, just hold this. Yes, thank you very much. So here's the thing, if we're looking about the draft, I'm not going to spend too much time, because it really is on the technicality of dealing with all the dive coming in from Vitality.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Case, the most important
what you think
pick
about the
is
draft?
definitely that Belleric.
I don't like
again,
it.
This is something that even
I actually
people
like
online are,
Vitality's
like,
better,
saying, like,
but
why
the early
have
game
they
is
not
definitely
banned
like a
this Belleric?
50-50
Because
for
right
me.
now, a lot of
The
teams
Selena is
have
just too
capitalized by using the
dangerous, I
Valentina by
guess.
stealing the
Nice
Rapid
tempo.
Dryad, but
I thought
there's
they
more
were too
towards the kit
preemptive
of
with
the
the
Belleric than
Barat's
just
first pick.
simple
They thought it was
ult, right?
gonna
We're
be
gonna
like
be
a
looking at some
assassin
of the
show
highlights
up.
here, and this is what I say,
And
that
then they
Team
go
Vitality, they're being very
like,
honest
okay,
in
that
what they
Clint
want,
pick
and
is
what
very
they
good,
want, they
obviously.
want this
Kaya
camp
mereka
here,
tahu
and
they
then
need
the
to win the
side
early
camp
game.
here
Kaya
that we
mga
can
Falcons
see in
win
the
pa na early
mini-map,
games eh.
right somewhere above there. So what
I like the
Team
Brass
Vitality
pick
wants to do
actually.
is actually
It
have
denies
60%
Ling, it denies
control
Eudora, it
of the
denies
jungle in the
Hirara
early game,
too.
having the Paquito.
So,
But Hirara was bad anyways.
oh yeah, the Ling and Eudora was denied. So, like, Team Falcons drafted a really good comp for early game. I thought like if they can survive the early game, Vitality would win it, but yeah. And I didn't think,
to play Paquito this inning.
yeah, like I don't like the Paquito. I think they should have just gone for something like a Ling, to be honest. It's not a good matchup against the Clint, I know, but like at least you can get to team fights way easier, because like Paquito, you need a lot of like, how do I say it? I mean, I guess they have enough CCs to assist the Paquito if he wants to dive, but
Yeah.
by the time they were able to do that, it's a bit too late, I guess.
I want want everyone to see the
agree.
positioning of Team
And the Paquito needs to
Falcons
walk up
PH,
in like
knowing
this
that they're
Yeah.
situation
going up
where you
against
can
a
get hit like
Minotaur,
a
going up
like an
against the likes of
arrow, and then
Paquito
like the Bellark
as
will
well as
just stun
Valentina.
you, man.
Quite a lot of
Yeah.
lead.
Paquito can't do
So
shit.
we see
I thought it's gotta be a
that
Ling,
over
man.
Paquito was level
the
12, by
tracks.
the way. Was
Yeah.
just doing things.
Look at all the positioning.
Switch hands. There you go.
And by the way, I didn't expect Eman losing the lane against Super Marco.
Having the most amount of
Yeah, I think
vision,
it's
right? And then
well,
we
yeah,
can see
that's true.
Vlad
The poke is
coming in from
insane,
the side,
but the Clint,
also trying to see
kayaknya dari
what
tadi
he
sih
can
dia
get
nggak tahu movementnya di
at
awal
this
tadi lu lihat gak sih yang dia
particular
walk up
area,
aneh gitu terus
because
kayak
the
dia
vision
mundur.
is looking pretty good.
Yeah, that was
for
super
Haji.
greedy. That
Haji
was
has
so
a lot of
unnecessary, to be
vision
honest.
here, considering that Ogwen has already given this side of the vision as well as Flat
Wait,
giving around this side of
Melissa
the
Clint
vision,
lane,
making it so that he can
it's
just
supposed
keep
to be
throwing
50-50, no?
out the arrows. And because
Not
everyone
sure.
is so
Like I
spread
thought
out,
Melissa is like one of the better heroes to pick against a Clint, but apparently no after this, maybe. Not sure actually.
So that they minimize the amount of
Bagus banget sih build-nya.
mistake that could happen.
Marco.
And then this is where we start to see the individual skills.
Ya, mid lane-nya juga nggak banyak option lagi kan. Kayak you need damage, but you can't go
And we can already
juicing
see the
to
movements of
safety.
Team Falcons. They wanted to retreat. They say like, all right, we bought our engage.
I
We
was
can try
thinking about
again
the
in a few
Eve,
more
but then there's a
seconds.
Joy,
But
there's a Selena,
because
you
Vitality
can't
wanted to go
do
in,
shit about it.
look at the retaliation. Look at this one. Look at Haji, right? Haji
I
is
don't
coming
have
in from the
I have a
side.
bad feeling.
He's not gonna be
this
joining
What?
the fight. And then
I
Super
don't
Marco,
know.
such
But
a
this
safe
match?
distance away from
Yeah,
the rest
feeling
of
ko nggak
Team
enak
Vitality.
buat si
Look at how
Vitality.
they're gonna square them
Ah.
in. Because for Team Vitality's
Yeah, like
Minotaur as well
everyone
as
is like
Melissa
saying
makes you
that
just slightly
Vitality
bit
will win
more
because of the 2-0 win. I think in the group
right?
stage,
It
or not like the
becomes
first match, the first two match.
It becomes
Yeah.
obvious.
I don't know,
It's
man. Like
obvious that you're just
it was so
there.
the first few match was 50-50.
And
Like
this-
the
this
two
whole
matches that they
area
played
is covered
against each
by-
other.
by Falcons. Even Haji,
Yeah,
we're
because
gonna
it's
be
like new
looking at
meta,
his
and then they
position.
still
He's
need to
from
kind
down
of
here,
raba-raba
but yet he's
metanya
able to
dulu
get a
kan.
stun on the Melissa.
They need to kind of
Long
look at
story
the
short,
picks.
they
And now
were able
I think
to
they're prepared.
surround them every single time, making all of the positioning coming in from Vitality
I honestly
looks
thought
bad,
tadi
but actually
apa,
it's the amazing positioning of Team
Red pick
Falcons.
4 atau 5 ya tadi?
This is one of those
Kan dia
games where
Joy
the
kan? I
draft
thought
could
it
go
was gonna be
either
like a
way, but the
Baxi or something.
piloting of this draft.
Yeah, I thought it's gonna be a
is next
Nakai
level.
or a
This is
Suyo.
not easy
Yeah, buat
MLBB. This
tempo
is a
early aja
draft
kan.
that not
But
every
the
team
Joy
can use.
works.
And also, you need a way for you to be a bit more elusive. That's why they banned the Harley, they banned the Nolan, the assassin. They can go in and get out super easily. I thought Suyo was decent enough for that, but I didn't see the Joy working, to be honest, when I saw it.
It doesn't happen though. Super Marco gets that pick, and maybe the decision is if
a
he's
lot
got a
of
Clint, we need to
things
fight on the
to-
I mean, to be
other
fair,
side. We'll try to get our EXP
The main
going.
character was not Kyle
All of these
Tizzy, I think,
things
at that game.
are gonna
It was
be looked
Haji
at in these 10
most of the time,
before.
and
But
Marco.
meanwhile, we told you
Haji
how
Selena so
important
good,
that
man. Gue
matchup
jadi
here
Moreno, gue
today was
kesenggol
not
sih
just for the
anjing.
regions,
Selena.
not just for the
Selena gue
organizations,
dipakai
but for the
begitu, Cok.
club championship.
Toxic.
We had Chris Tunn have a chance to catch up with Danny Angles from Team Vitality earlier today.
Yo, it's Vitality
Chris here
CEO.
with
Hey,
Danny
bukan CEO,
Angles of
CEO.
Vitality. Danny, nice to see you, of course. And I mean, it's a big day for Vitality,
Ini
especially
yang
on the
waktu itu
MLBB
pertama kali
side of
muncul di
things.
MPL
You've
ID yang
taken
datang,
on
lo inget gak,
Falcons
Cek?
in a knockout game.
Nah,
How big is this for you
I don't
guys
think I
in
met
the
him.
Club Championship?
It's a massive game for us. It's very pivotal for our club championship because not only
Is he like the
are we
CEO or
aiming
like
towards a grand final in MLBB,
COO?
but we can also shut down the
COO?
Falcons
What the
with
heck
points,
is a
right? So
COO?
it's a 2-on-1 opportunity
Chief
that we
Operating
had in the
Officer.
women's tournament
Okay.
as well.
Yes.
We took it there, so we
Kalau
want to take it
CEO
again.
itu
And you
si
said doing
Neo,
really well.
Fabian
Currently sitting
DVD.
third, I believe, in the club championship.
I don't know who that is, but
Everything
thanks for the
kinda
info,
going to
man.
plan right now? Has there been any you kind of think, oh, we could have done better, or some surprises along the way as well?
I mean, we could always do better, right? But overall, I think we're very much on track to fight for the
Ya
club
tapi
championship
ini
win.
berarti
and definitely
ini
a
ya
top 3 finish for
si
sure.
Vitality sama
Excellent. Now,
Falcons
what
sama
about
LBB
the rest
ini
of
ya
the
jadi
tournaments that are going to kind of be coming up?
apa gendong
CS
beban berat
is
ya?
a big one. We got that now.
Defense.
What do you mean?
Court Arena as well. So that's going to be really cool for the
If,
French fans.
if
here.
either of
and
them
week 7
loses,
will
they
be
lose out on the club
crazy. I mean, we
championship
will have
points.
4 teams in
Oh,
total
really?
in week
Okay.
7, and then the
By the way, I
grand
didn't-
final, obviously being in such a big arena, hopefully with our
International
home crowd
Mafia
there as well, and hopefully with us in the final too,
Yeah.
because we first have to reach that. But if that's all coming down to the final game in Counter-Strike,
Wait, is this
for the
Martha?
championship, I guess that would be the dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, okay.
Right. I mean, I think for me, I've been in this industry a long time, and a lot of European esports. How cool is it to see Paris kind of have this? Vitality are a French organization who've been around for so
What the hell's
long.
this audio?
For France to have this in Paris, this huge event of the EWC.
Oh, it's from their end? I thought it's
Absolutely,
mine.
and it
Yeah.
makes me so proud to see that all the
Okay, it's
players from all over the world come here for Vitality, and they call it their hometown, their home city, right? Even though they're from Jakarta, I've never been to Paris before, but they feel at home here, and I think it's the fans that make it so special for them.
Yeah. Anybody
Jakarta.
better than the French fans or not?
Well, I am German. I wish it would be better in Germany as well, but
No,
I
bisa
have to
sih.
give
I
the
think-
credits of
do you
the
think
French
ID
public,
fans
the French fans,
Steph, better than
KC
French
made,
fans?
our fans as well. they're the best out
Or
like the French fans
I'm
top
sure
two.
we'll be catching up some time
Well, it
as
depends
well.
on which
Good
game, I
luck with the
think.
rest of your tournaments, guys.
Like MLBB, like
Oh, yeah,
definitely,
that's true.
definitely us. Like, what do you mean? Football fans or esports fans in general?
General fans. Ya contohnya kalau kita adu sama Kingdom lah, atau adu sama si EVOS Mania-nya.
I guess like the French fans is a bit
If
more
he was
well
fans.
behaved.
The Hopebringer takes game number 1 in this best
What, you think I'm wrong?
Oh
No.
my goodness,
I think
it is
you're right.
crazy
Yeah.
at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. Guys,
Tapi tadi gue ngeliat fans Vitality kan mereka kan ciring-ciring tiap ada kill. Terus gue dalam hati gue, ini mereka ngerti gak sih gamenya ngapain?
They don't know any, bro. They don't know. They're there for the love of the game. Maybe not Falcons fan though. This is not a European org, right?
Saudi Arabian.
Yeah.
energy. I love it.
So these guys know
It's very-
Mobile
This is
Legends.
what Team Falcons has been cheering.
It's very funny to see like it's like a diverse background of fans.
Yeah.
This is good. You think this is good? I'll give you a banner.
Mana suara Vitality?
Banyak Jawir juga ya sana.
Weh,
What?
Kan dari Indo.
diberangkat
Yeah.
fansnya.
Yeah, I can say that, bro. I'm a Jawir.
Down one game, but they got this one. Let's go loud.
We're both Jawirs.
Dia punya PES-nya. Buat
Lebah
mobil.
ganteng.
Lebah ganteng.
This is what it's about, baby. Let's go.
Mana suaranya Vitality?
Well, that is what it is about. Team Falcons and Team Vitality fighting for a club championship.
They're fighting for their lives.
One
Mereka
will have a chance for a win
ibaratnya kayak
here.
anak ini.
One needs it.
Ini Falcons sama
One
Vitality di
doesn't, but would
MLB
love the
ibaratnya
points because
anak
week 7,
yang besar
as
di rumah
Danny
broken home,
mentioned,
terus dia
4
harus
teams
menaikkan derajat
from
keluarganya.
Team Vitality competing in that week. It could come
Interesting
down to
analogy.
one back.
But alright.
That would be crazy.
By the way, quick shout outs to Milosh. That was a pretty good Indo that he brought there. Sounds like a native. Saying mana
Mana suaranya? Mana
Well, I think he can
suara?
speak a
Tak
lot of
best nih, tak
languages,
best.
Okay, he's got at least 2 or 3 in the pocket. Because I know he speaks French. I'm pretty sure he got Arabic down. He's got English. What's one more?
Damn.
Damn what?
I mean,
Hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphics. Going all the way back.
I would
Sanskrit.
I would like to learn how to
Speak
speak
binary? Well,
Oh,
fella's
man.
insane.
Well, that's a different language, but that
And
pays
Morse
a lot.
code.
Well, yeah, when you learn those, that pays a lot, or you can't talk about your job, basically.
Yo, Finn, what are you doing, Finn, with your
2
hand?
descriptions
Hello,
for
Finn?
those languages. At this point, though, the language of wins in MLBB. Let's
It's
jump
kinda
back to
sussy.
that. Team Vitality.
That's why
rocky start,
kalau
although the fans are
pakai
still
armor
in it.
tuh
And I think
orang-orang
they're
tuh di
looking
atas
for a
meja
reason
bukan
to
di bawah
start
meja
jumping
aja.
up out of their seats tracks. Having
Nah, you
Falcons
got you gotta
over
get the
that,
clips,
what's
man.
the difference now
You
in
gotta
game
beat the
2
clips.
that'll get them jumping
I
up?
got the chance
Well, I
to
mean,
play
we
on
definitely
stage
have to
once,
remember
right?
this
Valorant,
is a
in like a
best
very
of
big crowd.
5. There's a lot of
Terus kayak,
time to adapt.
I was acting like a fucking
I
professional
don't
player,
think
eating gum,
Vitality was
chewing gum,
ready
and
for
just
Falcons to
shaking
draft
my
like
hands
that.
on
I
hand
don't think they
warm.
were expecting the Selena pick. I don't think they were
Like a
expecting
nonchalant guy.
pick. I think that,
Nonchalant.
especially during first phase,
Esme Marcel's the same
they
bands
felt
again, so they're
like
gonna go
had
Freya Atlas
Falcons
band.
cornered. They had all
Right?
the
Are
answers.
they gonna replay
The
the band?
Brats felt the Brats
Might
maybe
be.
felt confident,
Maybe
right?
the
And I think
Selena will be
they
banned.
approached that
Not
differently.
sure.
They maybe could have gone for the
One,
Valorant up
yeah,
front,
it's not
changed
first pick
things up.
material
And
eh.
this is their
Kalau buat
chance
blue
to
side.
do that.
At this point, why not, man? Like, to be honest, Moreno is good enough for you to prio
I
it.
think for both these teams, they
Yeah,
are
'cause I
actually
think
fighting
Selena-
for that
itu
Selena because both Moreno
Selena
as well as
survives
Haji
the
has
test of
showed
time.
amazing
Kayak
performance
every
on
meta,
Selena.
Selena
And
is still
again, Selena
relevant
has
kalau
only lost
Pero
like
jago.
what? Maybe 3 times the entire MSC, so that's definitely a hot
I
pick
can
for
see that.
now,
I can
especially
see
coming in
that.
from both teams. So I feel like for Vitality,
Super Marco ganteng eh.
maybe they can go for something
Interesting
of the
comment.
same kind of draft, but they just gotta fix the early
Minggu lalu
game
pas kita
approach
watch party,
because
gua
the
bilang
Valerie
Diablo, eh.
catching out 2 members.
Yeah, yeah. What's up with you, man? You into that?
Too much opportunity for Falcons to just
No,
control the
I
map.
just
To me, I think
I just looked for inspirations.
observing, and you tell me if
Ah, okay,
if
okay,
you're
okay.
leaning towards agreeing with me, Trex. It just felt like the Melissa was a very
Freya
big
band.
carry choice earlier on
Or they let
that
go
they
of the
expected to
Atlas.
do a lot more. And the Clint was a surprise that it worked so well, but not only worked so well.
think
it
it's gonna
basically
be a Selena
nullified
first
what
pick.
The Melissa could do.
For
Do you
real.
do you pick
Unless
that
Falcons
leader?
bans it.
Do you try to work it around with
Yeah.
bans to support that? Do you abandon
Hey,
it?
masih ada
Say, you
Hirara
wanna go
loh.
Melissa? We'll try to figure
Yeah,
out an
Atlas
answer.
band.
I
Hirara
would
band,
say
here you
this,
go
Vitality
Selena.
definitely has the opportunity to run
Done.
something similar that they ran
Bang,
last
detik berapa, Bang?
game. We saw some big
48,
mistakes
47,
early on.
46,
What LaFell was
45.
talking about Brats taking that dive under the mid-tier 3
45.
tower, and then they end up
Tiga
losing
kan?
to
Oh, that's
people
right.
off of it.
Tiga,
So I think Super Marco had too much opportunity to farm. I think Haji had too much opportunity to farm. Vitality, on their other hand, even in that big last Lord fight, that was a fight that Vitality really could have won with the Wrath of Dryad getting thrown out the window. So many skills that Falcons made a mistake on. It showed that they were just too far ahead. And with a Clint like that, if you can scale, the guy was what, 4-0 something, 5-0 something at that point.
Tapi then they go Barat Eudora. Sudah selesai.
So if Vitality does want to go for the similar draft, they need to change, maybe not be so aggressive early on, or if you are, don't mess it up.
So you go Selena or Hirara here, check it.
And they ban out the Valentina.
I honestly want to see a Belleric first pick here, knowing that the Valentina isn't going to be there.
Still Barat first pick.
Or Selena, yeah, because again, I'm starting to jump on the train that Belleric is a legit problem in the meta right now. Like, he shuts down so many things just by existing.
Yeah, it's Barat's gun.
Series though. I mean, but that was maybe a difference
Will they go Hirara here?
Of those two teams potentially.
Hirara Belleric,
that exposed
Selena Belleric again.
Characters not being able
Yeah, it's probably Selena Belleric again. I don't see them changing it, to be honest.
Again, going back to the Barats, you got to say Vitality.
I don't see why not.
What they think is
Vitality gets.
Yeah, I think they are on the train of we didn't. The draft
Selena.
Bad. It was our gameplay maybe.
Go Eudora here, no? Hey, Eudora lawan Selena.
Change from here. Falcons. Also, do they pick up the same thing they played last time? They go for the Belleric and the...
Balik udah menang.
Oh, you were super early, bro. Wait, let me catch up. Let me catch up.
Double speed, double speed.
Oh, by the way, like I think I'm gonna go for a second here.
In terms of their jungler,
there's a guest. There's a guest.
Because again, it's gonna be counter.
There's
still a Moskov, there's still a Melissa. So in the gold lane, there's plenty of counters, and then when it comes to the roam, there's quite a few still. They pick up the Paquito, which
could flex.
It could flex, but it seems pretty honest because they already have the Barat. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they really just want to run it again. Like just without the Valentina, pick something else, and then they're good.
You go for Belleric here, though, right? I mean,
I assume so. You have to because your heroes kind of get destroyed by the Belleric.
This isn't some funky gold something. Okay.
I'm not so sure about the Lilia, just because again her HP pool is pretty low, and she can get.
Lilia tuh kena arrow, gak ada waktu buat black shoes.
She's gonna have a rough time going up against this Selena. Like even just going through the traps is gonna take out so much of her HP. So Vitality is cooking. I'm just not sure what the temperature is. I'm worried. I'm worried that it will be overcooked.
Has it reached 165 yet? Fahrenheit for the chicken? You're not sure?
Like as long as
it's in the oven like 10 more minutes.
As long as it's not undercooked, it's okay. But I'm worried it's gonna be overcooked.
A little too much fusion in here.
Yeah.
You know, like it's multiple nationalities. Flashing.
2002.
I mean, Falcon just takes the Belleric then,
2022.
If not, it can pick up a gold laner here. I don't
Pokoknya
think there's
MSC BTR itu pasti Alisa Kila nonton di Malaysia.
But no, they do want to Clint, so they make sure they grab that for themselves.
20
and I
kan
feel like the
Kofi.
thing about a Selena in the current meta, there's quite a lot of roamers that helps out anyways. So even if you don't get a Belleric, it's a-okay.
Nah, ini I don't like the Lilia pick. Why you pick Lilia here,
so
bro?
thrown off by this Lilia, I'm not gonna lie.
It's too early, yeah.
And it's everything. You have the Selena that has huge range. You have this Clint that has huge range.
Dude, even the Clint
Harar has so many iframes.
Mereka udah pede banget sama
Even
Super Marco.
if you don't go down, how does the Lilia fight back right now? Unless there's some clutch pick that Vitality's going to bring in the second phase that's going to be able to open up these fights and give her the space to come in.
Right now, Vitality, what
Ini
they're banking on is for a maximum like level 3 power spike. Because right now, having the Lilia, level 1, you're already pretty strong. You can already have a lot of forward momentum. With the Paquito, you need level 2, and then you can already have a forward momentum. So I think they're trying to go all in this early game strat. Because
maksudku
now
kanan
that I look at this, I think this draft is salvageable if this Paquito goes gold.
Yeah,
right? Have something else in the jungle, and then I think they got a draft.
Gold lane Paquito.
That was the flex I was
lawan
talking
clean.
about because we've seen the double fire mission coming into this. Could it potentially be a gold lane Paquito, like Lafel's saying? And we could see something else jump into the jungle. The Ling still available, difficult, obviously, to play. The Joy worked so well.
Lingable.
Actually, now seeing Hirara, Selena, as well as Clint, this is very lingable. They just gotta take out all of this
like that word.
heavy CC heroes out of the way. Like Belleric, they already banned out the Belleric. They already banned out the
Aku tadi mikir Harris sih.
lingable.
Think about the Harris, man.
Fell dictionary.
Lingable, baby.
So, yeah. Ini mau link ini kayak kiri.
Claude and Belleric.
That's one for free. I'll give you the extras.
Yeah, exactly.
strong.
So this is looking pretty similar. The
Barat XP
Cho
pakai
or
toggle
Rome you mentioned could have that
jungle.
same impact.
Makanya mereka
Grab a
ambil
pick,
Lilia biar ada
Herrick as
range.
well.
Okay, makes sense.
Banned out.
Makes
So
sense
it
now.
does seem like they don't think that Paquito is going to go gold. Banning out the Herrick.
Yep.
Safety precautions for sure. Moskov is still
Tapi
open,
jelek
but
banget
again, it's
picknya.
another short-range hero on
Kayak kalau
Vitality,
di
and that's what
Blue
Falcon
2
is really pigeonholing
Blue 2
them
tuh kayak
into this.
aneh gitu.
We're going to outrange you, we're going to poke, we're going to continuously send arrows, and you're going to have no way in. So Vitality has to find something here to
Lu
open
mau
up. Again,
jagain
unless
itu.
it works out perfectly like
Yeah.
Fel said, where first 4 minutes they get a couple
Mino,
pickoffs, they
Mino
invade
Hilda,
jungle, they do something
Mino
of that nature.
Hilda high
But
loss.
still, what roamer do they put in front of
Tabrak aja
Lilia
depannya.
here to open up that space?
Here's
Uranus
the thing,
dulu,
I
oke
feel like
boleh.
Vitality, if they pick up a Ling and then either a Hylos or a Gatot, they're looking very strong. Like that makes the draft more
Ya ini
balanced
Ling sih,
because
harus Ling sih. Ini
come to late
Falcons
game,
gak ada
they can
CC
help
yang
out.
keras
Now they
ini.
pick up the Uranus.
Let's
There's
go lebah
basically
ganteng.
no
Kayak
instant
Ling
crowd
denial
control
nih.
here.
Dia
This
pakai
makes the
toggle.
Ling look much more better.
Falcons Archer
Uranus picked up.
Sultan emang Sultan, orang-orang
Even
Falcons
a
kan emang
Grok, even a
Sultan.
Grok wouldn't be bad here for Vitality.
We have seen Vitality grab a Badang. Badang?
Ling
Bading,
Gatot,
bading, badang.
I don't like Ling Gatot.
I don't know if we see the Badang
Gatot
here.
banget ya.
I feel like
Gatotnya
Ling Gatot
Gatot
would
banget.
be pretty simple, but honestly, quite a lot of roamers should work well.
Yep. Gotcha. Also a
Ling
part of this
plus one.
matchup as
Plus
well.
one-nya apa ya?
Also the Lilia, one of the only other
One.
mids that Team Falcons has played with Haji.
Oh iya, masih ada
And
glue
very,
buat
very
Uranus
aware
boleh.
of that matchup as well.
Nolahan,
Haji just got the
anjir.
better end of Moreno, and that
Okay.
was tough. And that's somebody they lean on who's
Ya
got
udah
a lot
Hildain aja
of
nggak sih? Front to back
success
aja nggak
for
usah
this team
cici-cician lah.
previously.
Fuck
It's
that.
the glue that rounds this one out, and the Nolan as well in the jungle.
Which I think is also still pretty good coming into the mid game. Once 2 items on the Nolan should be able to burst down basically everyone except for the Uranus. Unless they're able to stun the Uranus up, then yeah, maybe they can get a kill. Right now, I'm liking Vitality's draft, having this double fighter with the Nolan. Seems pretty strong.
And the glue roam, which is most likely, I'm guessing what this is going to end up being.
So it's Paquito
will
gold.
be a great.
Bennett.
It is going to be a Paquito.
Wow.
Barati XP.
Itu Bennett apa kali,
most
doi?
likely. And then the glue roam's going to preemptively do
Kali.
great against just about any roam they pick.
Wait, is it Khalid
Khalid
or
apa
Bennett?
Bennett?
I
Anjir.
don't know. It's Khalid.
All right, it's Khalid.
Wait. It says
Mati,
Khalid.
mati
It
ini
shows
Lilia.
Benedetta.
Khalid, Selena,
My
Hirara.
guess is it is a
Ah
Khalid.
shit nih.
The Khalid and Selena
screen over here.
and Herrera, they're a very strong mid trio. They
Pick
can
Khalid.
stop Vitality
Team
to
Falcons.
fight this early game.
Lord
So I
accurate.
think Vitality might have a bad time invading.
Bellet.
But the glue will do
Bellet.
great at the stuns. I don't know. I think both teams have answers, just like last game. Both teams have a way to win this game. They have win conditions. It's all going to be about execution.
3-2 fit menang. Jadi prediksi ternyata 3-2 kontak.
Land the
Kalau
first
pesimis
knockout
di
blow
2-0,
against Team
Mas.
Vitality. It's Vitality's time to return service
Wih,
in
boxnya
game 2.
lempar-lempar.
Let's
Keren
send it
book
over to
ini.
Gideon
Lihat
and
dah.
Brigida.
Tuh.
Thanks so
Gila.
much, Rain Day.
Keren banget
Holy, who was
CGI-nya.
expected to draft
Itu
the
namanya
look
CG kan, Bob,
like
kalau di
this as we
per-evenan.
head on into game number 2 between
Ya
our
nggak?
most anticipated
Jadi?
series of Vitality facing off against Team Falcons. A double fighter calm now facing with long-range projectiles, but now with Khalid, this early game could be a lot more sophisticated than we thought.
Yeah, it's gonna be Vitality starting it off a bit more aggressively though, but hey, it's another Selena game from Haji. It's been a
Ini bos
really
Hunter lagi
great
ya?
one for them in game number 1. But I think Vitality, I like how they tried to deal with the problems that came out of that game one by one. Especially starting off with the gold lane matchup, right? You're not necessarily dealing with the gold lane that would clearly lose out against this Clint from Super Marco, but in mid, oh wait, you don't lose against Super Marco, but he gets picked off in the Riverside.
Yep.
Yo.
Allahu Akbar. Aku bahkan nggak tahu apa yang terjadi loh. Aku lagi meleng liatin map.
Oh my god.
Chef, this Lilia's gonna get fucking
Yep, this
massacred.
is exactly what we're expecting to
Wait,
see
wait,
again.
wait.
This is some really good coordination from Falcons. They understand that along the early objectives,
126,
a lot of
127, 128,
rotations are
129,
going to
130.
call upon their side laners.
Let me catch
to
up
get
first.
into
Let me
the
catch up
fight.
first.
And
Gua
Vitality,
tadi baru
unfortunately,
aja
we get hit by that arrow. It's just
keluar.
good night, bye-bye. Luckily, at least
Aduh,
sure
Finn.
that he's maximizing every second
aman dia.
of this game, knowing
Okay.
that those precious seconds could net them a win.
Khalid bagus banget.
Getting these small wins across the map, right? So I don't think it's a good sign as much for Vitality.
59.
Let's see how it goes for this first turtle though.
Oh,
Again,
20.
Eman. Oh no! Eman has to get away from this. Doesn't have level 4 just yet.
Man,
Super
masa mati lagi, man?
chasing him down.
Allahu Akbar,
That's another
man.
dash forward.
Untung River kan? Untung ada Rivernya anjir.
How lucky that he survives there. How lucky. And now this turtle fight, it's going to be a bit awkward.
Okay.
We'll see how this breaks.
Oi. Oh, good one, Finn.
Shit. Oh, Finn. Oh, nice. Nice kill.
Now it's all over to Falcons.
Marco is here. Marco flickers forward.
They're gonna flicker forward even just to take down
Oh
Moreno,
my
and they
god,
do.
hell, that's
Charging
worth
the
it.
Daytona's
Falcons.
welcome,
Kalau logo yang
but to
getar.
no avail. Falcons winning it out
Pierce
once
Nat
more.
mengganti prediksi lagi.
Oh my god.
Connects and he's so dead.
Dude, take the Selena, man, at this point.
Yeah, I've been telling. Selena Khalid, man, so good combo.
Hey, Haji's 3-0-1 again. This is the exact same or almost the exact same scenario
Look at the
we've
way.
seen earlier in game number 1. And
Wait,
Falcons
they keep on
once again
fighting, they
securing
can't
the
stop.
objective. Finn finds one, but he's
Well,
gonna
he's
be
dead.
all alone here. A bit of help from Moreno.
God.
I don't think the damage is gonna be enough just yet. And now
This is so
Finn
bad.
will have almost the exact
Is the
same.
glue good for the
Finn
Uranus,
finds one, but he's
Chefin?
gonna be all alone here. A bit of help from Moreno, but I
Depends
don't
on
think
how
damage
the
is gonna
early
be
game
enough just
plays
yet.
out.
And now Finn
Like, is it good? Is it a good response to the Uranus, or it's just like, you know, glue?
Usually Uranus is the good answer towards a glue.
To regain composure here.
Oh.
Finn is going to be the secondary win
Okay.
condition here because so far I don't
Oh,
think
and one more question though. I saw Haji pick up the Season Hunter for the Selena.
It's been that way for the longest time, no?
Reasoning?
Wants to help in the jungle, and also when you got nothing to do, you can just take the small camp super
he
fast.
has a pretty good kill angle.
Yeah, okay.
They
Now
tried
that
to deal
makes
with the
sense.
Clint through this, but, you know, but
I've
A
never
single
really
combo,
taken
a single combo can
attention
easily
to
take lethal, by the way,
as of
if
now,
you use Selena
1-6.
with Season Hunter.
Score on the
with
board.
the underground Lele, you know?
Play from
Yeah.
behind all over again. The
Eman mau
rotation
realize,
seems
what do you
so much
mean?
slower too,
Realize mode
especially as
Eman.
Falcons with this lead you're seeing in Haji's hands are just
It's over, bro.
Barisan
It's over.
maximize it so
Yeah, it's
so
over.
well that you don't get
Lucu
to see
banget kamu bilangnya
Vitality
barisan Patrick.
use the pressure
Patrick kan
of a
berbaris,
glue
kayak
Lilia
pas Ibra.
together. I mean, who
Iya.
can even try to go in
Barisan
pressure at this point? There's
What happened
Omen
ayah
who's
naon
just
tim
always
gue?
roaming around the map.
I don't
Haji
know,
who's
man.
just again landing these
Gak ada
arrows
lower
over
bracket
and
ya,
over again.
Vitality
And you
ingat.
don't even get
Tolong
access
lock
to
in dong.
Kyle's jungle nor side of the map.
We might lose 2 Indonesia teams in the first round, bro.
Supposed to be Finn. On top of
Ah,
Wicked. That was
I
supposed
don't
to be
know,
a
man.
matchup.
Onyx
Wait,
gonna
hold on.
whoop
The arrow doesn't
Aurora's
connect.
ass, I
Luckily,
feel
they
like.
managed to zone them out for the time being. And this is the
2 nih
pressure
BTRW
that
ada
we're
Udil
talking
lagi
about when you
cuy.
have
Udil
side
welcome
lane
deal.
controls, right? You're able to kind of walk
Emang
into
nonton
enemy
MLB,
territory
gini
and do whatever you want. And Finn was supposed to be the guy who says, no, you're not allowed to do that. I can just walk
Udah
away
kasih
from the
tahu.
lane. I will
Mau?
always be a threat to you. But
Kirain
now with the
channel
economic
itu
lead, Finn is just too soft at this stage. of
Kemarin
the game
Udil
to
pas
be
aku live
that
malam
guy.
itu dia dapat juga.
Vitality still.
Yeah.
Shogun's gonna position himself here.
Oh no, that's bad. I don't like that. Oh, you know what? You know what? Not bad. Never mind. Flap? Do you want to mount? Never mind. I swear to God, if it's a steal, I swear to God.
Unless Falcons find a way
Okay.
around this, but it's not looking to be the case. Vitality at least get one objective for themselves.
And now you can
So
see
disciplined.
how battle spells really take into effect and how Shogun is so confident. in
It's
going
not
to these
over, it's not
stages
over.
with welcomes, even when it doesn't look
Kalau
like there's
langsung pulang.
going to
Iya,
be
kalau langsung
follow-up.
pulang. Soalnya
Everybody
playoffnya
on
nggak
the
ada
side of
double
Falcons
bracket.
have taken flicker. Same can be said about Vitality.
Nggak ada double
You
elimination.
dodge an ability, that's great. You get hit by it. They don't
Oh, yo, 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 oh my God.
Oh shit. Oh, Eman, nice dodge, man.
Okay, maybe I'm too early, bro. Let me time out. Time with you.
550, 551, 552, 53. Eman lu udah selamat, kenapa maju?
He needed to change it up. He needed to change it up. They clocked it. Haji remembered, hey, he used the knock-up strike previously
Bro.
to try and deter us. There's a high chance he's going to do it again. So I'm going
Udah.
to throw it in your original spot
Aman nggak, Cep?
rather than praying that you just
Aman,
get the
aman, aman.
jab. So
Ini
really
aneh ya,
good
Falcons
here.
tuh.
Falcons, they're taking into account all the
Kenapa?
small little details on
Haji
how
kok ke
the macro
Paris?
plays. And look at Flap, right? He should be unkillable in these stages, but as long as he
Emang Haji
buys
kemana,
time, if you
Cep?
notice on the
Ya
opposite end,
ke
Super Marco, he's
Mekah
having the gold
lah.
lane experience. He's already invested in so many companies, more than you can imagine. The S&P
Allah, what you
500
doing,
is bowed
man?
down to Super Marco.
Chef.
What's up?
Would you rather be given the chance to cast EWC in Paris or go for Umroh with your family?
As the KDA machine, those small
Yeah.
decisions you even
My family's not gonna like the answer.
are
EWC Paris.
No, come on, man. I gotta be real, bro. I gotta be real. Sorry.
Understandable.
Now, if it's Haji, then sure. That's a whole different ball game.
Oh, because if it's Haji, you go Haji.
Yeah.
Yup. This is where it starts to get really dangerous because eventually, once Super Marco gets all of his items, all
Kalau kamu
these
Bub,
fighters
mending
who
kerja
don't
event
build
EWC
some
atau
form
bawa
of
satu keluarga ke
bruiser
Bethlehem.
decide to go full damage, will get punished. Like Iman can potentially get one shot.
Gue nggak tahu kota sucinya di mana. Bethlehem kan?
There's a lot more pressure.
Not Vatican City?
Vitality side right now. Daytona's welcome.
Oh shit, nah, dia bukan Katolik.
Oh.
Shit. All over again. The target, the same exact target they went for.
Oh no.
Wait,
Okay, nice.
Wait.
Finn.
Wait.
Good tank. Oh, they're winning. No resource though. Back off.
From Flap is helping out so much. Kyle trying to find a target. Finn tries to block off his way. They're not letting up.
We need to see Finn
biar aja nggak jadi lock sih.
It's gotta be Marco.
It's 4v5.
They can't get it out
They
of
feel like they can do it, bro.
They might have to trade for it. Let's see if Iman can
Okay.
position.
Good burst to Flap. Nice.
Fuck was that, Flap?
It's worth it. Oh, it turned around. Now they're winning.
They might be winning. They're up 100 gold.
Wait a second.
It was a little bit of a weird fight there. Flap did not necessarily have to stick around for that long. Oh,
Shogun Atsu, Shogun. Shogun's holding the game together for Falcons after Vitality. Gila ini Shogun mati mulu dari tadi dimakan barat. Yang ada Khalidnya enak sih.
And at this stage, now we see the fighters really start to take into effect. Iman already, if we pull up the item list, I'm pretty sure he's already done with his first item at bare minimum. Probably his second item already done too, but he's 1-3 and 1, so let's say a couple of components, right? He's got enough damage to deal with the squishies, but he can't close the distance in time. Not without some help here. And that's why Shogun is playing a very good front line here where he's leading his opponents to walk on in. And guess what? By the time we actually get even a single mini stun or a 20% slow, that's when you see them pull them all the way back in.
Yeah, he at least has to.
Masih
That's
kaya sih.
where you
What
see
the
it.
fuck
And
is that
Flap,
damage?
That's the second time they tried to go for him, and every single time you're seeing how the damage is seemingly already enough, even with just Eman and a bit of help towards Eman.
Di sini sih
Yo.
udah mulai bagus nih Lilia kalau bisa.
What did I miss?
And I think that's been the trend for Vitality.
Vitality is just steamrolling.
Okay.
Now I see the Lilia vision near late game.
And they get the
So
wins
good.
from that point onwards. That's another target
Marco?
locked on.
Nice lockdown. Haji's dead too.
Good shit. Oh yes, Vitality. They turned it around. Oh Nile.
Wait, no, Nile. Playing with fire, bro. Like, that was unnecessary.
He does what the fuck. He does whatever the fuck he wants.
Ready to go to give him an extra 2 dashes if he just timed it well, and so he does. Falcons now discombobulated from
I thought they wouldn't make it past the early game. Now that it's sitting mid-game, late game, kayaknya Lilianya very good.
As long as you don't get hit by the arrows, bro. Sounds easy, but obviously hard.
Finn flickers instantly, not giving him any time to react to it. And that's the scenario we need to see multiple times. Nobody has a real answer to Finn if he gets on top of Super Marco. But up until then, I think the rest of the Falcons just gotta punch him in the face.
Yeah, gotta be careful. It's always Shogun setting up for these major team fights too. So at least Flap.
Oh.
He's gonna go for Ogwen. And with the damage
Dari tadi tuh si Shogun cuma ngelok Ogwen doang. Oh, Marco mati.
How the heck did Eman get there? What the hell?
Eman's flanking, bro.
Wah, Eman mati lagi deh.
Enggak aman ya. Terapi udah itu.
Oi. Nice one.
Good shit, Vitality, let's go.
And now they're showing some team fight.
Beautiful. 4K, anjir.
Making sure that everybody
All of a sudden.
was able to take one tower shot so that nobody was too low for Falcons to trade. That's the level.
I want to see Eman.
Falcons very ass kasi.
Especially
What?
MSC. They're not mucking around no more.
High ground defense, yeah, Falcons very ass.
Yeah, every time you pick Selena, it's always ass.
But Vitality Siege juga not the best. Double fighters
Similarly to putting somebody in a corner and box.
I guess, yeah.
Daze them, you gotta go for the kill, and Vitality
It's like
just don't
trash
miss.
versus garbage.
Unbelievable. I thought Shogun and Flap were just exchanging blows and just standing right before the objective started, but it was just all set up.
they were trying to get their attention, and that's where they really focused on the target that they wanted.
Siapa? Suara Chefin.
Always been
English,
going through these moments
analyst.
against Vitality.
Analyst?
Too good, but I think
Analyst?
more than that, though,
Analyst and
the way
caster.
Eman
Well, analyst, because you
right
kicked
now
out
is not
Coach
the
Do,
very
right?
vulnerable
Because you wanted to
type
take his
of
place.
gold laner. He's a lot more
Oh yeah,
aggressive,
you're right.
and
You're right.
even
You're right.
with
You're
that
right.
solo kill
Jadi
in
Coach
the
Do
back
itu guys
line
pindah ke EVOS
has made a
gara-gara
huge
Kevin nendang dia
difference
keluar dari English
for Team
caster. Karena
Vitality
Kevin
and
No,
mau
no, like it's like survival of the fittest, bro. I was just better.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, Jevin, anjing lo ya.
What?
Baru nangkep gua.
What do you mean?
Survival of the fittest, I'm fitter. Maksud lo apa tuh?
No, not that one, not that kind of fit, bro. Like it's like I'm better at analyzing things.
I know.
Okay, you can put it that way if you want to. That's not what I meant, bro.
Kota Slice apa ya? Oh, Kota Slice itu bukannya pizza ya? Pizza yang di Malang kan biasanya. Gue pernah makan tuh hari terakhir gue di Malang. Diajak makan sama teman-teman gue. Enak itu Kota Slice. Terus tempat makanannya juga estetik gitu. Analis. That's what my guy best friend says to me when we're both in room.
They're really
Analis.
trying to go for more
Okay.
unexpected angles and plays.
I'm gonna see that from now on.
Fortunately for them, they're really grouping up. They don't want to lose
Siapa?
any
Orang
more
gua
in
sama
the
Jovan sama
process, 'cause
Dava
it's clearly
sama si
Vitality winning
ini.
majority of it at this point. And we have
Sama
a
si
minute
ini.
until the Lord spawns next.
Kalau
But
itu.
can Falcons actually afford to go for a play?
Really
Because it's
good.
always been Vitality, right? It's always been Shogun starting these engages with the Detona's welcome flicker that catches them by
Shogun
surprise.
playing one hell of a game. Guardian helmet.
Yeah, I don't know if they can keep going for Ogwen though.
So
Yeah.
then it becomes to the
They keep on going for
Can
Ogwen. So.
Haji hit somebody else other than the front
Eventually,
liner
that's not gonna work.
Vitality? The second one is once Flap starts getting into the backlines.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ogwen goes for Winter. Super early Winter.
Can you do Winter when you're inside of the Daytona's welcome?
If you time it correctly before the chomp, then you can. But my point is, after you got chomped out, you got whatchamacallit, dimuntahin, you can second skill then Winter.
Oh yeah. Oh iya, second skillnya bakal tetap aktif ya.
Yeah.
To set up for again as they've been managing the waves
I
constantly.
Love Winter
leading to
Crowd,
this next
man. There's so much
objective
beautiful.
spawn.
There's so many beautiful
Trying
interactions.
to respond
And MLB
to
with
whatever
that
they've
item.
been able to do already. They're already taking control. That's an arrow landing to the front lines, but Falcons might not decide to go for Shogun just yet. They know there's still a flicker. They know there's still a Detona's welcome. But Kyle, if he finds Eman here, which he doesn't, that would have been something.
No conceal, no conceal.
They see other members of Vitality nearby too.
They know for a fact that it's just not.
Nolannya sakit sih Nolannya.
Sakit banget itu damage-nya.
Why am I lagging?
So many ultimates just for Eman. They need something a little bit just for Eman. Just for Eman. Just through that Lord. So far, as we can see the positions here, Vitality have a much bigger
Eman?
They want to punish Eman.
Eman?
Maybe they want to use their ultimates onto Eman after all. That's an Abyssal Arrow and the Raging Sandstorm.
Lord tapi.
But under the turret, Eman! He nearly found an outplay there and bought enough time. So Vitality could secure the objective.
I mean, they tried for it.
I think that's a decent play for Falcons, to be honest.
Still a very tough bout. There could have been a moment there.
You
where
think
it could
so?
have gotten a lot worse, but at least for Vitality, there's 5 points.
I mean, they can't really contest.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
They got a second tier and a gold laner.
Doesn't get hit by an arrow, which makes me wonder, maybe you should have taken Purify. But at the same time, it's like you get chased out by Kyle and it doesn't matter.
Honestly, it's been flickers everywhere since game number 1. I feel like
Gue masih learning ini lah, Chef.
Whoa.
Like if I go late game, right?
Why are you getting that shot? Gamakichi juga jump scare.
Dikagetin sama katak kan
But the Lord is still marching.
It's Gamakichi, you filthy gaijin.
But there could be potential flicker
Gamakichi apa Gamabunda itu? Gamakichi ya?
Gamakichi. Ooh, beautiful pick. Damn, they got Marco.
Holy shit, Shogun.
That's my first team EXP.
Marco ngapain?
Already inside the base, and they want to go for Haji. Kyle trying to run away, going for the clear as much as they can alongside Ogwin. But Vitality.
Guys. What are we doing, guys?
Yo, fountain ito.
Oh my god, guys, lock in. Just hit. Okay. Thank God.
Hey, we're gonna have the most lively stage here at EW.
Yeah, I'm gonna attend to the guests first.
Both sides getting what they want, a 1-to-1. Let's see
Which
how
guest?
long this series can be extended.
Lo ada
for.
tamu di rumah gitu maksudnya.
Holy, what a fight, man. I love the fact that there's so much thought put
Bro
into these
just
drafts.
disappeared.
Every stage of the game, you're expecting the composition to work just a little bit differently. Obviously, the fans are
Kenapa
more
tiba-tiba
than this,
Fountain
but
nangis?
this is not a simple game. It's a best of 5 for a reason. It's an elimination match for a reason.
Really good adjustments, especially from Vitality. If you saw the Melissa counter down in game number 1, I think you could pretty much say the same for Super Marco on the Clint this time. He too has been answered here by Vitality through the sequence of the drafts, through the flex that they did on blue side, and they weren't able to replicate what they did, especially nor even with the Selena in their hands.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Selena. If you don't hit those arrows, you're not going to feel like she's having that major impact. She can influence the game when you have a lead, but when you're behind, you notice that all of a sudden she's a disruptor. She is a CC chain breaker more than anything else. The only unfortunate thing is that Bulletproof Marco, they got underneath. The glue stuck his skin straight to that Kevlar, and my God, he just couldn't flicker out in time. There's so many scenarios where it ended like that. And worse yet, once Finn got like maxed out items, he couldn't even deal damage to him.
It's always Finn or Shogun. That last setup from Shogun though, the one you're looking at right now, I think that really was the deciding play of this game. The moment they took down Super Marco, they pretty much equalized the series then.
They do. I will have to admit, Shogun, he's got the best Detona's welcome to Flicker I've ever seen. We're throwing it back over to the panel to break it down for y'all. What happened that game?
Vitality fans say cry some tears because they took it in game 1. That's for sure. There was no doubt there was going to be a lot of back and forth between these two super fans, and it is giving us the most lively stage at EWC right now. Guaranteed. Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, the place to be. MSC and MLBB. Welcome back. My name's Rainday. I'm joined by Trex and LaFell. And guys, breaking that down, we just saw it there. We saw Shogun. Same first pick, or first 2-3 pick, Barats. Now he gets the early lead, and he doesn't die at all. I mean, they realized they were onto something. They just needed to play it a little better.
I'm sorry I doubted it. We questioned the Barats first pick. It all makes sense now. This has to just be pure comfort for Shogun. And we were talking about it during the game. Even in the game they lost, the guy never missed those Detona flickers. I mean, it was just insanity.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I feel like part of the reason why Shogun was able to use the Barats that well is because if we're looking at the drafts coming in from Falcon, they don't have a lot of ways to counter-engage, right? In the previous game, they had the Barats. So if you go in, we're going to stop you. And then they even ban out the Cho. Cho is also one of those heroes where, okay, the Barats chomps onto someone, and then Cho can just equalize it by kicking the damage dealer, right? In that situation, probably the Nolan. So I feel like this is one of those games where Shogun has an amazing Barats, and it's just amplified by the fact that there's no hero to really punish him.
I think it was also, we'll have to look back, but the Cho got banned. I wonder if it's actually on the side of Team Falcon's PH that banned it.
I know Vitality banned both the Belleric as well as the Cho.
And they banned Cho.
In the 4th and 5th ban.
Okay, well then that makes a ton of sense. So now they've got to answer that question, which is obviously going to be, will you bring the Barats back? Will you ban it? Will you make Shogun play something else? And the other side of things, we saw Nile, who was so good. We mentioned this new rivalry in the jungle. Nile had a tough game 1, but then he went on to the Nolan and dominated. A little bit more about Nile is something we wanted to showcase to all of you wondering where this star from Team Vitality came from. If you want to know more about his story, take a look.
Whoa! You can see the taunts live on stage.
He's very stubborn. He always knows something the others don't know. Gue ngerasa ego dia cukup tinggi, ego player, ego jungler.
Nile is best jungler for me, yeah.
It started from COVID. I played 80 hours per day or 12 hours, something like that, because I don't have nothing. I don't know what to do. And suddenly I am reaching a top global.
very competitive player because he always thinks about the game all of the time.
Head coach of Onyx MLB MPL contact me. Do you want to join Onyx Sports? My ego said, hell yeah.
Before he fame Onyx in Vitality, and I think still the same Nile but more mature.
Got Nile in the jungle, man. They gon' win.
Onyx loaned me to Big Farm. I'm reaching my first international M5. I'm not playing in season 13 because I think I need to fix myself. I think it was a bit of mess up. My mindset was.
He was barred for 2 official matches.
During the M5 series, Nile has been suspended because of the accident.
Not only me, like all of us, I think, get mad and angry. I just want to like this, but I don't know, suddenly it came up. I totally regret it.
I know in his heart he's very kind, but he's a funny guy also.
I need to control myself.
He doesn't do any mistake anymore. Nile is mature person right now.
Beating Kyrie in grand finals to me meant a lot to me because he was the top jungler in Indonesia before, not him anymore. If you can see my reaction after we winning the grand finals,
you don't need to compare to Kyrie lah about yourself. You become champion, bro, for your own team also.
Yang bisa compare Nile itu for now cuma TNZ, but I still choose Nile for me.
Proud sitting next to you. I will help my best to making you the best.
I cannot do it by myself. That's why I need their help, and maybe they need my help, so we can reach our golden road together. The person I look up was my father. My father is passed away. Back then, he was humble and he's the type of person and down to earth. And I wish I become a person like that also. Inspiring me so much because before he is an athlete in chess, that's why he inspired me so much. Taught me so much about life.
1v1v1.
Well, it's amazing to hear a little bit about Nile's story, the exciting and superstar jungler on Team Vitality. He mentioned fighting. It's Kyrie. He also mentioned his father and his humility that he learned from that. Your reactions to just seeing a little bit more about Nile, Trex. We know what he can do. He just showed it. But as his story evolves, this could be an amazing moment to add to what is already a great character study.
I like the fact that he has definitely mellowed out a bit, but I still think he has that ego in him, and I think that's what you need to be the best right now, and I think that's what we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see these players really bring it all out and not be scared to show it off a little bit.
Yeah, because we know that Nile has the horsepower, right? He has the ego, he has personality, and we saw sometimes he goes overboard. But this is the thing about growing up, right? You tend to know how to control yourself. Now you know that you can go all in the game, but then once you celebrate, you're just like, all right, that was good. Good on you guys. Yeah, no this and etc.
You know what? I will say this: at a young age, I was playing with the U17 men's national team for football, soccer, and it is a lot when you're a 15-year-old. You start preparing for a World Cup. There are guys who are after that about to go pro, and they're 15 or 16. They're about to go pro.
Tapi keren loh, Pirsnat. Lu tahu kan EWC ada Counter Strike ya? Counter Strike EWC kan? Itu katanya tiketnya sold out semua. Jadi karena sold out, kan harusnya mainnya di arena EWC ya. Mereka pindahin ke Accor Arena. Mereka pindah ke venue yang lebih gede, venue yang sama yang waktu itu mereka Paris Major. Gila cok, kalau Counter Strike di Prancis ini pasti laku banget anjing.
I'm Muslim, so that's haram. So I'm gonna change mine to I don't know, a tiger. I got a tiger in me. Roar.
You got that tiger in you?
Yeah, for sure, man. Here's the thing. I feel like now whenever this is one of those reasons why with this assassin meta coming back, it's so good for those junglers that has this very high ego because you kind of need that to play the assassins because if you're going in with an assassin and then you have like doubts, can I kill the guy or not? You're kind of using the wrong hero. Am I right?
It's just a mindset.
It's just a mindset. It's like, if I can kill you, I'll kill you. In-game.
Of course.
Jadi harusnya kan di EWC Studio ya, di arena EWC itu. Cuma karena sold out terus mereka mau nambah sih. Mereka pindah ke Accor.
Accor yang dipakai ini nggak sih kemarin? Champion?
Iya, yang dipakai Champion. Yang dipakai Champions, yang dipakai buat CS Major juga. Tapi nggak bakal. Tapi lu dateng nggak? Kira-kira Pirs? Masa nggak datang Pirs?
I was walking walking in the
Lemon,
audience and I
anjir.
found the legend.
Lemon.
It's Lemon. Lemon, how are you?
I'm great.
You're great. How's Paris so far?
So hot.
It is kind of hot. You miss the cold.
Yeah, but the food is fire though.
You love the food.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
The food is fire.
I know you've been
Anjing,
following
Lemon
the
bahasa
group
Inggrisnya bagus
stages
juga ya.
and of course coming
The
into
food is
the
fire.
knockouts. Lemon, is there a team that really surprised you this MSC?
Satu day pas
For me,
awal,
it's
oke.
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid.
Sampai bertemu ya.
It's such a surprise for me because they get knocked out so early, right? Because I hope them meet Indonesian team in the final.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were also quite
Gila,
surprised.
ini orang glow up
But
banget,
were you
Jir.
surprised by any teams in a good way?
Emang ya.
In a good way, Onyx qualified to the knockout.
Okay, so he didn't expect Onyx to qualify.
No, it's not. I mean, I do hope them, but I mean, it's such a surprise because they went to the rough path.
Yeah, that's true. It looked like they were struggling. I think even a lot of the people out there were quite surprised, but they're
Lemonillo.
here right now. And taking a look at the Indo team
Mengkilap
so
si Abang
far, what do
Lemon,
you think has
jujur.
been lacking about them? Do you think that there's something that they could improve?
I don't have a lot to say actually because they did so well in the group stage, right? Maybe in the during drafting
Bahasa
phase
Inggrisnya
they
bagus
need
ya,
to
Lemon.
get through it, like really think what the comfortable hero for them, and maybe don't make any unnecessary movement in game.
Okay, so drafting and unnecessary movement. I feel like I know which player you're talking about right now. But if we're talking about any heroes, you know, like the meta has been so interesting so far.
Bob, suara
Cool
speakermu
heroes
bocor
have been
ya?
popping up. Is there an underrated hero that you want to see here at MSC?
I really want to see Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh, you think Xavier could be played?
I really love to play Xavier.
Xavier.
I mean, he has like good poke, good CC with his second skill. With a good comms, with a good pair with strong roamer like Cho, maybe Xavier can counter a lot of
ribut banget
this
ya?
hero meta, you know. This hero a lot of dashes. Like.
Okay. Maybe Xavier comes through. I hope Xavier comes through. You know, honestly, I thought you were going to say Kagura.
Xavier.
Kagura
Emang
is so
bacanya
bad.
Xavier.
Kagura's bad. But
Kagura
Lemon,
is
do you
so
have a
bad.
message to Vitality that's currently playing right now?
For BTR Vitality, I hope you guys can beat Falcon like in the group stage, and just do your
Selamat.
best. Good luck, and don't forget to have fun.
Thank you so much, Lemon. It's an honor to be here with you. Enjoy the games
Thank you.
because we are now going to throw it over
Oh,
back to
berarti
you
yang di
guys.
Paris Lemon sama Mas Ade.
Lemonton. Bukan lemon ya, itu lemonton. Barcelona mau mengambil alih transfer Rodri dari ke Madrid. Mimpi, Dek.
A big shout out to ObSpot as well. I know they sent me a camera last year, and I got a lot of cameras, but that one was quite good. So they're our official sponsor. Welcoming
Nice
you back
flex.
here to the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. Oh, you guys didn't get one? Oh man, sucks. Too bad, bro.
Hey, just
Step up your content game, man.
Hey, give me like 1.5 months. I'll figure something out.
Are you kidding? No, you guys are excellent. One of the things, not easy to be a content creator and a caster. I got to give a shout out to all the MLBB crew. Not only are they teaching me all these things, they're making vlogs, they're posting, they're building up their socials. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Not every esport does that, so you guys are awesome. Let's jump back into game 3. It's 1-1. How we feeling? Super Marco there,
I want to know how
staring
Super
down.
Marco's feeling.
I
That guy
know.
is locked in.
I mean, like, it must feel bad when you pick up the Clinton and you're going up against Paquito. That just feels bad for any marksman in that matchup. So I feel like that just adds another layer to it. Because I really feel what Team Falcons wanted to do with the Harif ban, as well as I believe the Claude ban, was to actually force the Paquito to go into the gold lane, and then hoping they go to the late game, and then by that time, Super Marco with the Decline will just pop off. But I feel like now they got to respect that, right? Understand that you might go up against Iman with a fighter. Doesn't have to be the Paquito. Could be something else like a Ruby or something. And that's just something that they have to deal with. Because I really feel like in Game 1 and Game 2, it's less about the draft and really more about the execution. Maybe Game 2, if they have another hero like a Barats, like a Belleric that can counter the Barats, maybe that'll be a little bit better.
Ada Just No Limit anjir.
Picked up the Belleric in phase 1.
That's Just No Limit, by the way.
Yeah,
Shout out to him.
Right on. Just No Limit.
Just No Limit. Lemon.
Who's he what?
Vitality, right?
Oh, 100%. 100% Vitality.
Are you trying to do an American accent right there, boy?
Hey, I'm quarter American, me. What?
Is that how we sound?
Yes.
How do we sound to you?
Dude, let me just say, there's a bunch of time I go to breakfast, and it really screws with my brain, because I just hear a bunch of nicers talking. He's the most traditional white guy that even, like the real white guys come out. It's like, oh, you guys sound like nice.
Yeah, you sound like nice. He's the
You guys sound less American.
Right on.
The gold standard, huh? A different gold standard.
He's the white standard.
The white standard. Oh, no. Oh, fell. Trax is
Boom.
Hey, white power,
Hey.
So now
Mirip
go ahead
Ahmed
and
Vitality versus Falcons.
Yeah, it looks like they're not changing up the drafts. And I guess you don't
Streamku
have
buffering
to.
ya? Enggak kan?
Right after this ban out the Fanny and then ban out the Atlas and then like said, oh no, this time they ban out the Selena.
Di ban Selena
So
ya
wait,
cuy.
Falcons takes red side.
Yep.
And
They chose
Vitality
that.
still decides to switch up the draft, which I find interesting. Falcons won last game. They switch up the ban. They ban out the Valentina this time. Vitality wins last game, and they're going to switch up their bans. Instead of trying to run the same exact thing, each team consistently knowing the next game has to be different.
I mean, like, here's the thing. That Selena really ruins their early game, because if you guys remember in game number 2, Iman on that Paquito tried to help with the Little Wanderer, and then they got it, but then Iman died. So I feel like they're looking at it as, you know what, Selena's doing too much. Even when they're losing, she's doing too much.
I'm trying to see where this translates into something opening up. I mean, it could be the Belleric opening up here for the side of Team Falcons.
Or the Atlas.
It could be the Atlas as well, because they're giving something up. They've been taking away both of those.
Oh,
The
dari
Fanny
ini ya,
as well
dari
as the
analis
Atlas. So
ke
now they
Evos
banned
itu
the
maksudnya.
Atlas. I don't know whether they themselves want the Fanny or they don't want to give the Fanny over to Falcons.
Nih,
I think if the Hara's open, then they know that at least they can still take their Barats. The Selena's no longer there, and they have some tradability in the long haul of things. Vitality is the one that's here on the gun, having to make a big decision. Last game they banned out the Valentina. This time they have to think about it.
Does the Esmeralda indicate that they want to go back to Shogun having a good lane?
Oh yeah,
XB with Barats.
100%. Like, this is a draft where you know that Shogun brought the coach out to dinner, and the coach really liked that dinner. It's like,
Melissa Ben.
He paid for it.
Yeah.
He paid for dinner.
They banned out the Melissa. Now, that's
Bartai,
interesting. They're opening up quite a lot here, right? The Valentina's there, Hirara, the Lings, the Fannies. Zushin as well. I don't know about this one. I feel like Barats first pick is still fine.
Yeah, honestly, I think they still go Barats.
It's like when you know you're visiting for a night, you don't need to worry about being comfortable. You can wear anything. You only have one night you're driving home. When you're staying for a week, now you got to bring your pajamas, got to feel comfortable. I think in these longer sets, you see players revert back to like, what has worked for me? What is comfortable? We've got 2 games on it. Let's figure out a third. Not changing something's a big deal.
So you just go to Jushin, Belleric here, I think.
Yeah, that's a great plan.
Belly Boy and Jushin.
Sounds good. And then later on, you'll see whether out of all the assassins that's still open, which one do you want? You want the Harara, the Ling, or the Fanny? Because I feel like, judging by game 2, I think Falcons should be really hesitant to pick up that Fanny because there's so much fighters. And
Falcons doesn't want the Fanny, then they might have to lock in the Harara here, right?
Yeah.
Bub, kamu tahu nggak Bub yang veteran Bang PH?
I would go with that. That sounds very solid.
They still have the Ling as an option. If they don't, we
Fanny
haven't seen
Beleric,
it, but that could
anjir.
mean that if they, wow,
risking
never
it.
mind, they
Fanny.
want the
Nggak ada
Fanny.
Melissa
They're
kali ini.
risking it this one.
They want
Ya
it.
udah lu Moskov aja di sini nggak sih?
It's because they don't want Vitality to have it.
I think so too, because now
Suaramu kayak
it's pretty
putus-putus gitu.
disgusting on that Fanny.
Moskov
So now they
Eudora,
have two
right
ways
now.
to deal with this. Either go Moskov in the gold or go for that Keto again, just so that you know that Fanny does not have a
boleh
good
lah.
target to
Why not
actually
both?
slice in.
Paquito and
Buffering.
Moskov.
Emang
right
buffer
now.
So
streamnya?
Keto, jungle, Moskov, gold. I mean, like, I'm not against it. It's just very, very honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you show a lot in these first three. Bans come up after that.
They could go Zushin. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I think Zushin could be good too. I think
agree,
either
yeah.
team going Zushin is nice.
And the Moskov.
Or Paquito, depends on which route you want to go for, right? Because I feel like if you don't secure either or, 100% they're going to get banned. So they pick up the Paquito,
Pakai
as well
Eudora.
as the Eudora. So that's why picking out the Fanny can be a risk. Basically, all three can counter the Fanny here.
So that's interesting.
Was it a big brain bait?
I think
By switching into the Selena,
Set
leaving
itu
the
2
Fanny
game,
open,
3
taking the
game
Barats
anjir
again
pakai.
first.
Rese.
Do you think this was just like they're going to go Fanny to steal it from us, and then we instant counter it?
honestly, I feel like it was a gamble. They're like, guys, there's a chance they will pick it up. If they don't, then we got to figure something else out. But the moment they pick up the Fanny, they're like, all right, we got him.
Well, listen, if this is Paquito Gold,
Tuh, nggak
if it
di-
is going to mix over, then he has an
Oh,
opportunity to pick his matchup that he
Udah ada
wants.
balik soalnya.
And Harith is still open, which we haven't seen
Anak mau
open
di-flex.
for him yet, and he's enjoyed. They're going to wait till that because they're not sure. Again, that is
Oke,
Paquito
ini
Gold.
Paquito bagus sih
So I
pick
feel
sini
like for
soalnya
Vitality,
flex.
to make it
Ya, mereka
easier
bisa
for
jadi buang ban
themselves,
buat
I think
MM
they
padahal
need to
Paquitonya
ban out
bakal
something
gold.
like the Ruby, because I think right now
Eudora.
Falcons, they're considering playing double fighters. That's why they're picking up the Lapu so that he's flexible. Worst comes to worst, you can put Lapu in gold. Not the best place for you to put him, but it's an option.
Yeah.
Ruby would be a nice answer to the Paquito and the Barats, those bulky frontliners, something that can just kind of stop them in their tracks and stop the big engage that Vitality wants to bring. Coming into the banless, Falcon takes out the Harley.
I mean, you could do essentially, I mean, for those watching a new to MLBB, right, you have that traditional marksman normally in gold. You have the big fighter in EXP. We're seeing the experimentation there with some of these teams either putting a fighter in gold, sometimes flexing them into the jungle as well, but mostly either in gold and in EXP. So you have two different styles, but aggressive, CC,
Iya, ini mereka expect si
team fight
Paquitonya gold
focused
harusnya.
characters. Is it possible that Falcons go and say, well, let's just match that? I mean, let's just do that ourselves.
Because right now, based on the bans here,
With Uranus.
Falcons betting out that Harley, I think they're opening up just in case they want to go for marksman. So I think the marksman is going to be red 5. They're going to see the entire draft and then they're going to decide. And then for Vitality, they're betting out the Eve. If they ban out something like the Zushin, it basically shows that they want to gank mid for quite a few times. They just don't want these tanky mid laners to be there, lowering the chance of them actually getting a kill.
Yeah, they need to make sure, well, they got to make sure that Eudora also has a lot of freedom and something with
Hirara
that
ya
much
masih ada ya.
range, taking out the
Then Hirara made it to the first phase.
Selena's already
What the
gone.
fuck?
They've noticed that. I think control in these fights is something that Falcon really thrives off, especially in game 1 when they had a similar
Ya,
draft
Ben
X-Nay
Chusiner
on
sih.
the Fanny.
Yeah.
Ruby has to be banned though. They ban out the Lilia here. Very interesting. Okay. The Ling is still open. Not so sure if this is going to be a game that's going to be good for the Ling.
Oh, ambil Jusin nggak ya di sini?
I mean, again, because of this Paquito so flex, we've seen him in the jungle and the gold. It really can go either ways here. But I feel like they should pick up a mid so that they can make the last decision whether they want fighter gold or marksman gold.
That makes sense. Open up in mid.
Valir,
We've seen a lot of different
Valir
choices. A
ya
lot of
sih,
them banned out here.
Valir
Maybe
kayak
even Valentina wouldn't be that bad. It's just
Valen
that
oke buat
whatever ult you're
preempt
gonna take,
linknya.
except for the Eudora, you're kind of putting yourself in a very tough spot either ways.
Very dangerous.
Valen, Valir,
is interesting.
Jusin.
Oh yeah, good.
We saw Aurora one game. I mean,
Tapi
something
kayak Valir
that's
jadi nggak laku
Answer
nih
to something
netanya.
that Vitality has right now, honestly.
Yeah. Padahal
That's
bagus
what
itu
a lot
buat
of teams
pushback.
have used it for, so could definitely be a possibility.
Farsa.
Okay.
Oke, ini kayaknya mau fighter gold sini.
There's a lot of bursts here coming in from Falcon, so whoever gets caught, the Farsa can burst out for the first 6 minutes. So I think Falcons, they just want to win the early here. But this draft kind of shows that they might have something like a Claude later on.
Ya udah link cloud aja, link cloud
or
langsung.
Moskov, yeah.
Jangan
Both
deh.
been
Kok
played.
link cloud?
Claude at a
Sorry,
2-win,
sorry.
1 loss for Falcons. Moskov 1 win, 0 losses. So both
Barat saya mau di
good
mau di
choices for
switch
Super
jadi
Marco in this
Kok kayak
tournament so
jelek
far.
banget.
Because I feel like the Brody would be stylistic for what they have right now, but there's a chance they're going out against the Paquito in the gold lane. Brody won't have a good time. So I feel like, but I'm worried if that's too much scaling though. Too much scaling in this current meta is pretty bad. Actually, no, I don't think that there's too much scaling.
Yeah, kan
So they pick up the Claude as well as the Kufra here. Trying to fight against the Fanny. They're really just trying to counter Fanny here. Everyone except for the Claude.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, in the Kufra, don't get me wrong, it works against the Fanny, but it is still a high-risk roam. Yeah, there's a lot of roams that they could have gone for. Moskov also would have been great. I guess it's a little less escapability. The Claude can help against this Farza. Has the BMI, has a little bit more movement in terms of team fights, and can maybe get away from the Lapu a little bit better.
Taunting-tauntingnya gila banget.
If you want to go double fighters, there's still the Ruby, but I feel like you don't have to. I feel like a Harif or a Moscow should be good here. They picked up the carry, so they just want to make sure that when the Barats exposes himself, they have an answer. So quite balanced here, getting a lot of bursts coming in from the far side as well as Fanny, and then having that shred from the carry. I'm liking Falcons draft here because for Vitality, it kind of depends on both the Barats as well as the Kufra.
And the Jungle Paquito was something that lost in game number 1. Can they pull through this time in game number 3 and get a win off of it? Falcons taking it back with a few picks. The Farza, the Fanny. Excited to see how it goes.
Well, Team Vitality and Shogun been feeling pretty comfortable with that Barats on the stage the 3rd time around. Will he get kicked out? Need to find a new place to stay? We'll find out as we send it back over to Gideon and Brigida for game 3.
Game 3 begins, and already we are anticipating who is going to bring it to the next level here. Who's going to take another point over the others? The score is 1-1 as we jump on in to the land of Dawn. And Brig, I don't know, these compositions, they're like Digimon. They just keep evolving. You don't know when it stops. You don't know when they have figured out what is the end goal.
Yeah, if there's one thing that evolved, we're no longer on all flickers. We at least see 2 Purifies on Team Falcon's side. And understandably so, you're seeing an overwhelming amount of crowd control over on Vitality, which I feel if they don't get to use in the proper sequence would be very punishing for their team fights in the latter portions of this game.
Yeah, really interesting. A quick look at the emblems, and immediately we're already seeing Pull Yourself Together from Haji on a Purify in comparison to a Wilderness Blessing coming in from Moreno. So Moreno wants to move around this map a lot quicker with Finn, thanks to that concussive blast, but the Brave Smite here, pretty important for Ogun to keep himself alive. As we see the first couple of interactions, it's just about control. It's about how much we can control this lane and minimize the rotations.
Yeah, Finn and Moreno are required to really work together, I feel, especially as because the nature of a Kufra, which I feel like is the reason why we don't really get to see him recently, is also because of the fact that once you go in, there's barely any way for you to disengage, and it's pretty much like you have to at least get a guaranteed stun or set for you to make sure that you get to maximize this hero to its fullest potential, because if not, it will be very easy for Falcons, considering their lineup too, to just go in for the punish. And that's a quick rotation you're seeing from Haji.
Potential engagement from Finn as well. I don't think they want to do this right now, right? Nobody's level 4 at the right time, and more importantly, as much as they want this EXP, which Shogun gets, no problem. But I don't see Falcons finding first blood just yet. Not until we see Haji hit level. Oh my goodness, Moreno so close. Oh, he walks out just at the very edge. Gets caught.
Aduh, buffering
I probably thought there was a bit more grass.
Kalau kok ketahuan dah. Keluar rumput, flat mati nih. Dimakan. Nice.
Shogun's really good.
Mantap.
It's actually kind of crazy, but here comes Haji.
Okay.
Shogun lagi.
He's gonna show himself. They have enough idea of where Vitality are currently positioned. Kyle's still gonna go window. There is no ball of lightning anymore from Moreno to land the stun, but Finn is still gonna be there. They're trying to focus on Haji this time, and Nile will just really secure the objective. Hold on. Flap goes in. They still want to fight.
Persis kayak Marta kalau lagi gigit gua cuy.
I'm surprised that they didn't even want to like let the feathered airstrike rip or like try to force out. They knew that okay, Shogun should be okay here. I would assume he's maxed out. There's no chance that Kyle's gonna be able to cut him down just yet. Not without a little bit of help here. But on the opposite end, I was really expecting like Haji to try and make something happen, force somebody to flicker, force them to flicker forward or anything, because losing their battle spells on the side of Vitality is a lot more punishing compared to the Falcons.
Yeah, so the one's on all flicker, but They dealt with that first objective really, really well. I mean, that immediate transition from just taking out Flap, which I feel also shouldn't have been the case. But I guess it was just a bit too unexpected for Vitality to just jump on him at the same time too. So you don't really get to see Falcons at least in a position where they'll be confident enough to contest. The gold lane is definitely something that we don't really put into consideration as much now. Just because the focus is just really heavily towards the mid. It's because of these mid trios that we're seeing a lot of things happen, or supposedly happen, by far.
Yeah, and also the scary thing is that Super Marco also decided to take the Purify, right? So taking these like heavy trades against Iman, there's always that risk of at any point of time somebody could come for this gank. And he doesn't mind the 2v1 scenario because of that Purify, but as soon as he loses it, he suddenly becomes this vulnerable target that even Nile can take it out without much effort. So it's about maintaining control, right? And you can see that both sides, oh my goodness, another Detonator's Welcome set up for Shogun and Nile.
It's not a good start for Flap at least, and I don't think Vitality are paying too much attention towards Super Marco too. They acknowledge the fact that yes, this is a carry on Purify, but I think they're just really trying to double down on shutting down the EXP laner for Falcons, which I think would allow for so much more openings and entries here for Falcons. But considering that he hasn't been able to farm up, Falcons are just not confident enough to fight against Vitality, especially in these objectives, which Flap will still decide to show up for, but it's a 2-level gap you're looking at between him and Shogun.
Yeah, this should be a no contest unless they're able to get like a big fat all coming in from Ogwin. I mean, he's thinking about it, right? He sees all of the members there. This might be the angle to try.
Whoa, that was just a flicker set up onto Ogwin, and they immediately burst him down. The Detona's welcome! Catching Kyle, but he still gets to secure the retribution nonetheless. This is Falcons clapping back, a cutthroat 2, finding 3 in the process. Kaji flying in towards Moreno, doesn't have the fettered airstrike, but Falcons are able to turn that around.
That's so sad. He was a pixel off the wall, but at least the Falcons will be able to try and convert this to something even more. They get mid-tier 1. Let's look at this replay one more time, because again, great engagement, right? But the Detonator's welcome, as you see just here, he eats him mid-air, flickers backwards, and misses the wall. Puts him right on top of the turtle. He thought it was gonna connect. Honestly, really well played from both sides here, but big ups. And Ogwin knows, it's like, hell yeah, they messed up. And that's great, because now this is going to drag out a little bit further. And with a 1.5k lead, Haji is starting to come into a position where he can legitimately start threatening the members of Vitality. Moreno in particular. He might, if he can force Moreno to flicker early on, this mid-game might be where Falcons really shine.
Yeah, Moreno, I think, has been very difficult to catch as well on the Eudora, but that pretty much put Falcons back in the game. That's already a lead over to their side. Oh, okay, Finn is gonna spot them here. Eman should already know that there's a potential gank.
Are they willing to trade top tier 1 for this? They're probably gonna send Kyle up to the top side, right? As soon as they show, the wave gets cleared up here. Yep, he makes his way over to the top side. They already know that Shogun is communicated. Nile ready to punch.
Oh, that was a lot of damage from Nile. And that was just Nile.
I definitely think that could have been a kill angle there, but I think even now recognize there's not a lot of people here. I'm not 100% sure whether they moved away from that conceal afterwards, but more importantly, he's got to make sure that he gets the angle right. If he accidentally pushes Kyle too far in certain areas, Kyle, he's good with these cables. He can start zipping around. He's got to lock him down right against the wall.
Okay, at least they somewhat equalize things, and the farming is looking still pretty great, especially for Super Marco. But this is where we see how Vitality are able to bounce back. They're not able to, or they're not allowed to make any mistakes similar to what happened earlier. It's been a really good run for Shogun on the Barretts here, but that could have been the turning point if they don't find their way back in this game. Finn is looking for a really good setup here, but they have no idea where Flap is.
Oh, it's a bit of a dangerous gamble here. Not to mention that they've already got like a slow pushing side up top as well. That's going to start turning into the opposing favor. Oh no, the Detonator's welcome did not connect. Now Falcons have an opportunity here.
Okay. Shogun really has reset here in this game. That's another Detonator's welcome not connecting onto anyone. Falcons are fully aware of the fact that they no longer have that setup potential. But Kyle is nowhere near this objective as of now.
Can't afford to show himself. Iman spots it, but Kufra is nearby. Look at Finn. He's going for the... And he's anticipating it.
Oh, he's waiting for it.
It's
and
good.
He catches Kyle. Blazing duet from Eman, and the bouncing ball prevents him from actually getting to cable out of there.
Great call. Great call. Made sure to use everything to ensure that Iman was able to get this kill, and also the bouncing ball to keep him in place rather than letting him move around. The order of these skills matters so much, and now Vitality, they need to take advantage of the scenario.
Okay, that's a Daytona's welcome with a Cyclone Eye. Slight reposition, but the damage from Nile, it's a bit too much. Haji using the feathered airstrike. Finn tries to tank the damage, but it's an outplay. Nile, it's a turnaround. Falcons actually take him down, and Super Marco is able to find one more.
Beautiful play coming in from Haji as well. Feathered airstrike, Purify as well to ensure that he makes it work. However, the cooldowns are down. And Flap, he's not going to be able to get his ult back up in time, I think. I think he's got about like 13 seconds until it comes back up, but there's just too many members dead on the side of Vitality. This is no contest, and Falcons take this lead back. Despite the game going for at least 9 minutes, it's surprising to see only one turret from the side of Vitality has been taken. Falcons are able to get 2 turrets of their own, but this is where we see a 3.5k lead turn into a 5 to 6k lead.
Vitality should be very particular with where they decide to choose the fight, or if they even want to proceed with the fight, if they find themselves in positions that aren't really as favorable for them. Because I believe earlier, especially with that Cyclone Eye, putting Shogun in a slightly deeper position towards Falcons area made it a bit more difficult for Vitality to actually follow through. And so with that, it was another clear punish from Falcons, and it's a huge win for them because gold lead, map control, everything's just now all over to their side with just that single play.
And that's exactly what they want for it. These are the big momentum shifts that you expect to see in a game of this high level. Oh my goodness, okay. Some big spells being thrown out as Super Marco just lost his flicker, walking up too close and getting hit by that ball lightning on top of the superconductor, allowing it to go become a bit of an AoE in small areas. Moreno, he's looking for that big one shot, and I'm worried for it, right? If Super Marco makes a mistake and walks up too far, even though you do apply yourself with the Purify and take away the superconductor, if Moreno just 1-2s into the ult, I think there's a pretty high chance of you just exploding out of nowhere.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's just really Vitality forced to maybe find a different combo. It could be maybe Finn and Nile. There's a lot of damage you could expect, but Finn decides to go in instead, and together with Eman, they blast Super Marco. The perfect pickoff and start to this team fight, only if Nile makes it out alive, but he doesn't. Flap actually goes for the chase. 4-man Landshaker to land it towards Team Vitality, but the re-engage, they still want to fight! The Daytona's welcome! And it's Kyle, they catch a successful land on the wall this time, but he still finds the wall spam!
Holy cow, he nearly killed 2 people there. Haji, if he just had a little bit more damage, I think they would have been able to secure it, but oh my god, that should be the Trinity complete for Iman at this point of time. He was building up to it, didn't find it, and then eventually got it, but you gotta give it up for Shogun here. A great engagement coming in from Finn. They outplay it with the help of Iman, but right at this very moment where you're expecting the cleanup, you're expecting Haji to be able to hit that fat stun after the Landshaker. The charge, the instant detonator's welcome. What a reaction from Shogun.
And this time it landed, but with that very brief amount of time that Kyle got, it's so crazy to think that he was nearly able to outplay at least 2 members of Vitality, as you mentioned. You do want to put him close to the wall, but that's also something he wants. So at the same time, you maybe should position yourselves away from it. It maybe should only be Shogun near the wall if ever you do try to go for that exact same setup later on.
Hey, that's the truth of it all, right? Sometimes you just get overly eager and forget how big some of these abilities actually are, but Haji is now starting to become a legitimate problem, right? Iman, he's got to be careful. Every time he uses that BMI, which is why what he's doing every single time he drops it down, he walks up forward, hopes to get a reaction, and then takes the BMI away, begging for Falcons to say, hey, one of you have to make a move first.
Eman will get his flicker in 10 seconds, though. They will be ready to take on this fight. Same for Moreno.
Oh, Finn.
Kyle already flies in, though. Finn charging! Kyle secures the objective, nonetheless, though, and Nile gets first. Shogun looking like the next target. Daytona's welcome out. Finn trying to run away. Emma blazing, do it just to make it to safety, but he fails. Vitality are just scrambling to get back to their base. Falcons are dealing a bit too much damage.
It's a little too much to handle here. Big mistake coming in from Finn. Unfortunately, tries to go behind the pit to intercept, but ends up hitting nothing. He's still holding on to his ult, and so far, they need a defense. They're gonna pull it first. Pull it down to the bottom side.
It's just Finn and Shogun, but they're just being torn down to pieces by Super Marco on the carry. Moreno gets jumped on by Flap. 3-man stun, but Falcons are in the base. They take this game 2-1.
Nothing too surprising in this game. We knew that this game would end with a big bang at the very least. Unfortunately, that came out of Vitality's side. A single misposition on a Lord ended up their entire backline was exposed. This is why I was thinking maybe Cho would have been a better option rather than the Kufra. It follows the same protocols and yet has that single target lockdown. But I think for the side of Vitality, they want to be able to fight on a dime. They want to be able to consistently get in. But Falcons, man, the trigger man, they're fast with it. They don't hesitate.
Yeah, because I don't think ult dependent is the term to use for the Kufra either. It's just you really have to be very accurate with your skill shots, the landings, the timings of either your Tyrant's Revenge or your Tyrant's Rage, because then you barely have ways to get out of it. And same goes for the Barats, I feel. Once you really charge in and using your Tizitone as welcome, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what you get out of the Barats when it comes to setup. So when you fail, it's really punishing.
If this wasn't a mobile MOBA, like this composition from the side of Vitality is basically a first-person shooter. Only headshots are worth it. If you don't hit that headshot, they just come back all of a sudden. You see Haji here just laying down hellfire with the feathered airstrike, and it was only going to get worse from that point onwards. So really, it was about taking the lead, securing a good foundation, and then closing out the game within first or second Lord. That was going to be the main idea for either side. And you can see that, especially at high level, the accuracy and more importantly, how much gold was being able to be absorbed by everyone across the map. Just absolutely nuts stuff. But there you have it. 2-1 is the current score for the Falcons. Let's see if they can close this out as we throw it over to Rain Day.
Well, there's a lot of things to identify there, but one thing was for sure. Team Falcons PH excited and alive here at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet at EWC 26. MSC has hit its most fan-filled match of the tournament so far. And we welcome you back to the panel to give us a deep breath after all the MLBB we have seen. My name is Rain Day, and I'm joined by Trex and LaFell. Guys, that was, I mean, just dominance, I think, on the side of Team Falcons, but a great response to the comfort pick of the Barats, how to handle that draft.
I think there was moments throughout that whole game that either team had some chances. Some mistakes were definitely made by the side of Vitality, but man, I mean, both teams just with insane plays. Haji, definitely the highlighted player for me throughout that game for Team Falcons.
LaFell, the implications of this are bigger. I know you got some stuff to break down. Before we go micro, I want to go macro. Team Falcons, that energy that we're hearing, it is a result of the fact that they still need a win to start their club championship title race again. And so this is literally the game that stands between them having a chance to do that in MLBB or having to wait until another game shows up.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like they can do it because right now, Vitality, they're making one bad macro decision, which is they're overthinking it because they honestly have enough counters towards the Fanny, but then it seems like they're trying to double down by putting more and more and more and more, but you really don't. Like, how many times have Shogun caught the Fanny mid-air? I feel like at that point, you don't need any other counter. You know that Shogun can do it. So I feel like for the next game, Vitality cannot overthink their draft. Sometimes the simple answer is the correct one.
Well,
I like it.
Go ahead, Trex.
No, I like it. I think it's definitely an idea, and I think one of the things, Finn, on this Kufra, it was maybe supposed to be an answer to the Farza, but I feel like they lost sight of that. And every time we saw these big dives, because you're right, Shogun had the Fanny. Fanny was handled. Kyle wasn't the major issue there. Towards the end of that game, they needed someone to jump on to Haji, and nobody ever really got there.
Didn't die.
And the problem is, there's a whole lot of heroes that can do it, right? It's not just the Kufra. The Cho could have done it. A Grok could have done it. Heck, even if you go Glue, even Glue can do it. And they don't, well, the carry has an answer towards the glue, but meaning to say there's so many other roamers that can deal with the Farsa. Sure, I feel like the Farsa will still be okay, won't be that big of a problem, but still, this is something that you have to look back into and be like, Kyle is good, but you have the rest of the team you got to worry about.
Well, I mean, this one is not just a big game in terms of regions in MLBB. It's not just a big game in terms of the club championship, which has millions on the line, $70 million on the line here overall at EWC 26. But it's also big because in this specific matchup, getting to the semifinals earns you at least $150,000. Third place at least gets you $200,000, guys. So you're essentially doubling the amount of money you're making, and it's already a lot of money. LaFell, let's talk micro now. I want you to go into what you prepared for us on that telestrator. Trex is getting his arms ready. I know, Trex. But you get to work out while you're working.
I did shoulders today.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick. Because here's the thing. The only real thing in this draft that you have to pay attention to is this both burst heroes as well as the carry being the Shredder. Because for Falcons, I would say the biggest win condition for Vitality is actually the Barats. So if you can deal with the Barats, then you're good. And they have the carry to answer for that one. And here's the thing, Trax, you even saw in that game how many times Vitality started fight. But then Falcons just win it because you have to capitalize on mistakes. What do you need to capitalize on someone else's mistakes? That's right, damage. You need a lot of damage, and because of that, this Farsa is gonna be super huge because every single time you start a fight, hey, guess what? Your damage dealers are dying. There's nothing much that you can really do. We're gonna be looking at honestly just two clips here, and this one, something that I do have to speak about is damage is pretty king here, Trex. Okay, now
Why
you
are you
have to
staring him down, man? You took the mic from
Now
him.
you take the mic, my guy.
You know, it's like,
all right,
let the man do his thing.
Look at this. We're gonna look at how Shogun, all right? We're gonna see, oh, okay, this is actually more difficult than I thought. All right, we're gonna look at Shogun here and how Shogun can actually deal with the Fanny just by himself. Look at this and look at the Farsa as well. I didn't thought this job could be difficult, but you guys are proving it here. We're gonna be looking at the Farsa, and the Farsa has so much range slash damage that they can deal with Moreno as well as kind of Finn here. You can see how the Fanny gets caught by the Barats, but just one tiny mistake. One tiny mistake here is that
Huge mistake.
Well, yeah, huge mistake where you can see the Barats miss the wall. Miss the wall, making it so that, you know, basically the Fanny can still basically the Fanny can get the turtle as well as the kill. And then later on, Astaghfirullahalazim. Hold on. Okay, you know what? That's it. That
was our sponsor break. Thank you so much, EWC, MSC 2026. Gidia, we're so happy for you. You know, at this point,
TLDR.
Has anyone thought about getting a mic stand?
The Farsa has so much damage. It
Wait,
denies
Chefin.
damage
Yo.
dealers.
Chefin?
Damage
What's up?
wins. Big damage.
No?
Oh, sorry, gue gak baca Discord. Gue dikasih
Yo,
tahu
don't worry,
Discord,
don't worry.
Lu di
That was
bawah.
good stuff.
You guys are funny.
My bad. Where you been?
That's why you want all
The guests don't want to leave for some reason.
You just
no
gotta,
matter what's thrown at you, you just.
I know how to roll with the punches.
He's always ready.
I love
And
it.
there were some guests.
There you go.
Speaking of rolling with punches, this is a big punch as well because everywhere you
Was
feel
that
a
a
little
guest
bit more,
or
the fans get
couple
going.
of
You know,
guests?
like now we got to deal with
A couple.
fans coming at us in game 4, and this is also
Sambil nunggu kita,
a
gua main
fan
Roblox dulu.
that could be.
Okay.
Roblox.
What? Huh? This is a big one because this could mean that it's over.
Right.
Falcons
I'm
can get this
actually
win. It's a best of
insane.
5.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
we either tie it up or
Huh?
we're finishing the day.
Roblox
This
yang
is where the
kata-kata.
pressure is on, right?
Yeah.
Before it felt
Sambung
okay,
kata.
now it's if Vitality
Sabar, aku
does not
lagi
win
main
this,
sniper-sniperan.
they are gone.
They're
They are
gone.
out.
T-Crush.
And it
Kenapa
not even
satu
that, they have
lagu
to
sih?
win 2 more. They got to win 2 in a row. And no one's been able to win 2 games in a row. So at this point, his first team to win 2 games in a row, either
Chef,
Falcon
Chefin.
here or
So-
Vitality
You're
next,
right.
takes this all.
You're right. So
What
the
you think
question
about
to
that
me,
match?
and I think for
Tadi.
many of us,
I didn't
Show,
get to watch
where
a
do we
single second of it,
prioritize this?
dude.
Because it's worked once, it hasn't worked
Oh,
twice.
really?
Yeah.
It's been balancing on a knife's edge. What do you think?
I
Sebenarnya jujur
feel
ya,
like Shogun
that was
has
actually
been solid. I
kayak
feel like he's looking
Shogun
pretty
is
good.
having
It's
a
just that
fantastic
You need
series.
to make sure.
Tapi
Except that
tadi
one.
one of the reasons why
the
Falcons
draft is
uh,
taken
nggak
care
juga.
of because
Sebenarnya tadi
even
juga
looking
bagus.
back into the draft,
he's
But
trying to go back
a
to the
single
book.
misplay costed them like the game because Falcons was able to turn around. Tadi dia mau ngelepeh Fanny.
Dude, I can't even access
Pas
this
di load
anymore.
fit.
I'm in love.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
Dia
that.
nggak kena dinding.
I saw that.
We have to stop him.
So,
If we give him
they
2
were able to
seconds,
come
If
back
the
from that.
Kufra is changed
Okay.
to maybe even a Grok, I feel like they would have had a better chance.
Sabar, sabar.
Because the enemy just had too much damage. Stop letting the enemy have a lot of damage. Isn't that like a good way to win the game?
That is.
Yeah.
LaFell's so smart, but you
There's
know, I
the
gotta
draft. That's all we
remind
had
you,
to ask for.
you can
Not
make a
good
great
too.
point without a telestrator, LaFell. You're enough.
What the
You are enough.
I'm
Dia
dubious
mau nunggu dari
good
mana, Cok?
Don't get copyright struck here. We want to keep this VOD up, guys.
Anyways, right now,
Mister.
what you're seeing here is the draft coming in from Vitality. Now
There's
has a
not a
lot of
guy in
damage.
front of me
Moreno also
killing
has
me.
a lot of damage.
The
The
hell?
only real problem is that Ogwen on this Belleric is able to exhort most of them, giving a lot
Did
of
you
time
serve
for
the guests
Hachi
some
to deal with
food
Moreno
and
then now.
drinks,
And once they're
Chefin?
out of the picture, and here's the thing.
No, not
you
really.
don't have to die
I gotta
to
talk
be
with
out of
them.
the picture. You just have to be close enough to dying,
Oh.
and then you're just not gonna do much by that
So
time. Even
was it
if
only
Eman is
you
full build,
attending to the
he's gonna
guests,
have
or was
difficulties
there your
because
mom as
when
well?
he gets
Yeah,
close,
my mom's there,
that
but
carry's
like,
gonna shred him anyways. So this is
can't
one
let
of
her
those
be on
drafts
her
where
on her
Team
own.
Falcons, they have very little margin for errors anyways.
respectable.
Even if they make 1 or 2 mistakes, it really is no big
Sends
deal. That's how
comments
good the
your
draft
way.
was.
Well, you guys said you wanted to
G1
see
Blockspot,
Cho.
hello.
Well, I know somewhere you could see Cho. Maybe if you check out that Street Fighter
Sabar ya.
and MLBB crossover that's live in game right now.
Cloud botnya mati. Gua setting dulu sebentar. Oh, cloud bot, ya aku baru ingat loh, cloud botnya udah gak kerja lagi, Bu.
Kan kamu yang bilang, ya biarin aja orang waktu itu kamu bilang kayak gitu.
Enggak.
Iya.
Sabar guys. Nah, ada cloud bot. Cloud botnya udah gak gawe lagi nih. Oh, inaktif nih. Dah aku hidupin. Coba ketik lagi. There you go. Welcome back. Mana Bu? Jadi?
Di Streamlabs kocak.
Enggak, udah. Ya emang Streamlabs, karena aku pakai Cloudbot bukan Nightbot. Cloudbot sama Nightbot beda.
Ya komennya gimana?
Untuk komen. Aku Nightbotnya udah aku hapus dari channel ini. What is this song? Kamu di mana?
Pun dia di bawah.
What the hell? Ini ban that word.
Serius?
Ya udah, mana? Cari meja sini.
You're done.
Open table. Ini ada nih sini. Kedua nih. But do you think like the Barats first pick will set a precedence for other teams to first pick Barats juga?
Orang masuk kan?
What'd you say?
Sabar, aku lagi ngomong sama dia. Do you think like the Barats first pick will like be a precedent for other like teams to first pick the Barats as well as other matches?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the right idea, though, dude. Like, it's not that bad. Like, seriously.
Welcome back to the Esports World Cup here 2026. It's MSC.
You deny a lot of picks. Oh, God damn it. You deny a lot of picks.
This means that for many players, it's the first time they've been out of their country. For many players, it's the first time they've competed internationally outside of their region. And when that light shines bright in these big moments where it's do or die, they're untested because that moment has been rare in a lot of different ways. These two teams may be some of the most experienced, however, that you can see, whether they're representing the Philippines or Indonesia. They come from histories and pedigrees of success. One of them is going to move on, and one of them is going to go home, ending maybe a potential club championship opportunity. One continuing, potentially go back to back to back, or become a new champion.
I mean, like, here's the thing. This is already living up to the hype of the Crunchyroll story because a lot of people, based on what's going on during the group stage in scrims, people are looking at Vitality to be the one to dominate this matchup. But just like Drake said during our pre-show, the thing about teams from the Philippines that they adapt very fast. Give them 2 days off for them to just focus on the game. right? They can figure out a way to deal with all this nonsense. And looking at this, they have figured it out.
Yeah, what's insane about it is during groups, both Team Liquid and Falcons felt like they were scrambling so much in the draft. Felt like they just were trying to kind of figure it out very quickly. And at this point, Vitality seems to be the one always on the back foot through all of these drafts. Even the games that they won, they just felt kind of always reacting, always trying to find the answers. Never really the ones making Falcons guess their decisions.
And right now, Falcons have one more ban here. In the previous game, they banned out the Melissa, making it so that the draft was super open, eventually picking out the Fanny, and really working out well for them. But interestingly enough,
Brats lagi kah? Chef Fine?
I think so.
Falcons, they are very happy
For me, there's no reason to change it.
Does not want to leave this red side.
Blue side mo dari tadi.
Really does not want to leave this blue side. But now match
Anjing,
point
tapi
here.
sih gue
Falcons
Chef
just need one more win.
kalau jadi Shogun ya.
Vitality,
4 match gue suruh main
whatever
barat
draft they're
sih.
gonna go
Gue
for,
kayak
this
off.
has to be their very best.
I like your point before that. I don't think we've ever seen
I want to play the playmakers, you know, the Lapus, the
the
Yuzons.
same blue side, same red side. Vitality's comfortable with it. Even
have to
after
play a
the
fucking
win
midget
of,
riding a dinosaur.
even after the loss of Falcons, they still chose red.
Oh yeah, the character is the midget, not the dinosaur. I just realized.
Exactly.
I feel like just
and I'm gonna hit the wall.
Belleric +1 and then you're good, right?
Well, at this point,
you know Barat's dinosaur's name?
Shogun and
Tahu nggak lu
Barat's
namanya?
go
Detona.
hand in hand. It's like peanut
Detona.
butter and jelly.
Anjir, Fanny lagi pede banget.
Butter.
It's like Barats and Den now.
Yeah.
Let me catch up.
Two peeds in an aircon or something, right?
Like it's like
44, 42, 41. Kirara
There you
lepas.
go. We're
Ci.
perfect brothers.
Or like Belleric and Fanny. Both 3 American brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Same
Belleric
family.
and Fanny, who are also a
Rara,
responsible
Harara, Harara.
I like it. I'm not against it.
Jeff, lu
Harara,
tahu
we
kita
haven't
semua
seen much
kayak
Harara
debat.
versus
Ini yang
Fanny.
menang, yang juara MSC, Onyx, Vitality,
And
Aurora
also,
apa
this
ya?
is already a bit
Dan
of a
Falcons
difference
tiba-tiba yang
here,
juara
but
Yangon
they
anjing.
still gotta be careful in case
Might be the
something like
case.
Farsa does come in, because
Bisa, coy.
I feel
Yangon
like
tuh
as
jago
long
anjir.
as they pick up a roamer that can help out this Harara and actually stay in the front lines, I feel like they're in a very good spot, because that's one of the problems where you leave the Barats all alone in the front line, he's just gonna get crushed. Unless now you make the difference where you ban out the carry. If you ban out the carry and maybe even potentially ban out
It's the same
Moskov,
draft.
then I feel like this
Farsa lagi.
Barats will be safe. He won't be countered just
Beda
as
packing
hard
order
as he
aja
was in
tadi
the previous
mereka
game.
adalah.
Well, knowing the opportunity of that Farsa getting banned out,
Jatem.
they lock it in
Moreno
first phase.
Jatem.
This means no Lapu for the side of Falcon. They are going to have the range. They are going to have the
Ooh,
quick
Badang
rotations. But
ban.
Vitality will at least have
That's
a
a
bit more
deep
time
ban.
to adapt and think
Look at
about
it.
how they want to answer this Farsa. Because Haji, yes, there's a lot of counters to a Farsa. And it's one of the reasons why
They won't fin on a Kufra again, probably.
Good mid laner,
Yeah.
someone like Haji,
But I
will
think
still
I would
find
just
the
prefer the
positioning, will
Cho.
still find the timing of
For
those
Finn?
feathered airstrikes. It can still
Yeah.
always be a problem
Instead
on
of
this
like the
hero.
Kufra.
I mean, like, that's the
So-
good old
so
question
much
every
extra
pro player has.
lockdown,
Like,
ngerti gak sih?
oh,
Kayak-
this hero, what's the weakness? Like, oh, you can
At
get
least
caught.
with the
It's like, oh, so
Cho,
as long as I
you're
don't get
quite
caught, I'm good.
mobile, and then you
Exactly,
have the
exactly, right? So he's just like, hey,
It's easier with
Kalau
Kufra, bro.
tadi ya.
I'm so
It's easier with Kufra, let me tell you.
Anyways, I have
If
no
the
idea.
objective is to
tadi
catch,
itu
then Kufra is
pasti-
better. But if to survive, then Cho is definitely much better. So it depends on what you want to do.
So interestingly enough, cards
Tadi gue
being
liat di game
shown
3 ya, they were
for
like
mid
very
and for
fixated
jungle.
on getting
The
multiple
way that
dives.
this is
Terus
different
kayak
is Vitality had been showing
the way they
Paquito
layered
there,
their CC
and they had been
was
flexing
just
in game 1,
pretty
and then they
bad
didn't
dari
flex
Vitality.
in game 2.
Kayak kalau dari Kufra
And
kan
they've
you
spread out this kind
naturally
of
you always want to look for that
idea of what are we
play
going to do,
gitu.
and they waited till the end, but
So,
they were
lu jadi
not
kayak
getting the
mubazir sisi gitu, ngerti
consistent
gak sih?
best
Kayak
end of that last
too
pick.
much
So
of something
I
is
think
is
they've
not
just
good.
gone with,
Tau gak sih?
here's
Kayak
what we're doing,
lu udah ada
and we're
lockdown,
going to
terus
try
lu
to beat
ada
you traditionally here.
Detona, terus
Ring
lu
Day
ada
Trex, my
how do
fellow
I
Americans
explain
here.
it? Yeah, itu
I'm just
pokoknya-
worried that for now, Vitality, they don't have any real way to dive. Right? I mean, like Shogun with the
Brody ban.
flicker sure can probably dive towards the Farsa, but they don't have
Tapi
something
bouncing
like
ballnya
a Claude or Lapu.
Kufra
They could
bagus
have
banget
the
sih
Claude later on, but I'm
against
honestly
Fanny.
not
Yeah.
entirely convinced that would
What
be
phones
an
are they
amazing
using?
Because right now, it looks like
Why
the
not?
Farsa is
Honor 8 kalau nggak salah, Honor 8 Pro
Why
or
not? Which
something.
one?
Claude.
Anjir.
I just feel like going up against this Fanny and then potentially whatever pick he has later on is just that he goes in, he's going to die instantly. Because if you show the Claude and the marksman isn't picked up, you can pick up something like a Clint and basically do the same thing what he's been doing against the Melissa.
They won one time with the Claude. They're 1-0. So it's something they're comfortable with.
Cuma aku jadi nggak mood banget restream anjir. Gara-gara udah miss one game. I swear to God.
Gara-gara your guest tadi.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I like that Uranus pick.
Those big Eudora ults to the face, something that can take the damage of the Aurora to the face. Vitality now
And also I was thinking like you wanna play a fighter jungle that can still burst just for the Fanny, but never mind. This is probably gonna be a Cloud again, bro.
Shogun anymore. You just need to support Nile on this Aurora, right? So just have someone that can be with the Aurora and then either give a revitalize or just create enough heal so that it doesn't.
I don't know, bro. At this point, just go Tigreal. I don't care.
Raiders can penetrate you, and that's gonna be a problem that I don't see them solving just yet.
So the Cho's up, but is that too much single target ISO? Do you wanna? I mean, is that not worth it because you have?
I feel like.
Ya kan, show Moskov, ya safety lah.
Yeah.
Moskov against Vanny.
That's the normal answer.
It's still worth it. So they do pick up the Cho as well as the Moskov. So far, very clean drafting coming in from Vitality.
What the fuck? Apa Cloud aja ini di sini?
Whoa.
Oh, Hanabi! Holy shit!
CC immunity.
Holy.
Hanabi? It worked out.
I think they're super confident with their 4, aside from the Hanabi. They almost sure that they can win the early game.
So this will be a good front to back for Falcons, and it's up to Vitality to break that.
Very good
a lot is on the line here.
Terus kayak you have like apa kan constant anti-CC.
Maybe they get an early game advantage. Vitality on the other hand.
Remember that scrim game we had before playoffs?
Did in the previous game they won.
Well, it's up to Team Falcons to close it out and move the Philippines into the semifinals of MSC. And it's up to Vitality to push us to one more game. We're going in for game 4 this time.
Did Cochaldo told you that?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Game 4 begins and we already know this is
Itu bukan di match ini tapi pas apa ya? Kalau nggak salah pas Vitality Falcons tapi yang match pertama mereka yang pertama.
Oh.
Against the Moskov, the Hanabi is so good because like
I'm surprised that he's got
you low-key kind of win lane. That's okay, it's okay gitu, because like both laners will shove anyways with their passive.
What do you mean?
The Hanabi is just so good for like just playing safe in late game. And then kayak ada synerginya sama Belleric lah to a certain extent.
Yeah. And it's a really good pick against the Barats, man.
Yeah.
Does that mean what is this opting for? Like Kyle now has a direct target on Moreno's head.
They have to pick their targets properly sih ini Vitality because this Hanabi selama ada Aegis pasti bakal selalu aman.
Huge job for Moreno to accomplish in this game at least. You know he is going to be the main source of
but there isn't really a healer kan di timnya Falcons. Unlike a Minotaur or something. Belleric.
Whoa!
Marco, but first blood immediately. What? They just found open over there.
Hey,
the heck happened?
Can't deny the amount of early game damage that this team has, especially at level 2. Right? We've seen a lot of Hirara players kind of set up with their mid duo to kind of look for a fight, freeze out the lane, even if it's in a neutral state, and then go for an early first blood. Okay. Luckily, at least, you know, Owen, he didn't end up losing out on his flicker, and Finn, he manages to get out of there, doesn't lose his flicker as well.
I guess a lot of people are happy with what they're seeing right now. We're finally getting Nile on an assassin, and there is much more action happening across the map, because I feel like when they were on the Paquito the last 2 games, there's just so much pressure over to Eman, which I feel like now
Wait,
is a bit more
did you get it?
considering the fact that their damage is a bit more spread out.
Okay.
And also Moreno too on the sprint, who we're yet to see in action. But we're looking forward to that since Vitality at least have a better grasp of the early game this time alongside this Cho too.
Sumpah, lu kalau Hanabi udah jadi item ya, apalagi kalau kayak lu bikin Sky Piercer gitu. You don't even know what the fuck you're hitting, but you're getting killed.
Yeah.
That's what I felt when we played the scrim game. I was just hitting shit, and I got like a fucking main.
As long as the wave's in the right position, you know, can get some free harassment. His first turtle should go over to Vitality side, but you can see they're just trying to bait him into something, right? Come on, get into these fights before you're level 4 is the only time we can actually punish you.
Ooh, there was an SOD towards the purple. I thought that were actually going to steal away, but okay. Kyle will still secure nonetheless. That was Already Moreno trying to burst down Flap too. Not much in terms of team fights just yet happening across the map at least. Oh,
Whoa,
Purify
okay.
forced out for Flap though.
Yeah, Super Marco also losing his Aegis as well. There could be a potential gank angle for Finn if he wants to flicker on top of Super Marco. He's very vulnerable right now, and I think there needs to be some kind of communication. But they've missed their opportunity here. You can see that Finn alongside with Moreno trying to control this top side, keeping track of where Kyle is going to be.
Yeah, they can't afford to let Kyle find the pickoffs that will set the pace once again for Team Falcons. Not now that they've finally gotten it for themselves. Shogun's been somewhat taking care of the XP lane surprisingly well though, even despite the matchup considering to be a Barrett's Uranus.
That's why we're seeing a lot of these motions from Vitality going towards the top side of the map. They don't want Flap to have that moment. Oh, the kick!
Oh shit! Oh my! Oh Kyle! Okay, thank God.
It's Moreno who finds
Good
him
trade. Good
first.
trade. Good trade.
It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Jungle for Rome.
That's really interesting. I thought that Haji would just instantly spam the feather. Wait, hold
Shogun.
on. No.
They find Haji. Fortunately, had the Purify to get out of there. But still, that was a...
Hepta,
you were saying it was a roam for jungle and...
What?
I would have imagined that Haji
Hirara or
would
Fanny?
at least
I missed it.
Finn's flicker or
Tadi Fanny
something,
ya,
but I
Hepta.
think he's
Oh, yeah.
purposefully delaying the shots from the feathered airstrike just to make sure he gets maximum value out of it. Like, so what if Finn survives, right? If he doesn't have flicker, he's just as good as useless. That means this next feathered airstrike is going to be less contested for the upcoming fights. And now, with the next turtle in 5 more seconds, plenty of battle spells on their hands. Shogun doesn't have his Detna's welcome just yet, but they're going to fight as soon as it's online.
Which is great. That just shows how Vitality are now very calculated in terms
Hanabi
of
cut
their
lane,
usage
anjir.
skills and resources. That's a Sky Piercer pickup already for Nile. So things should be a lot
Eman didn't even want to fight it.
if they find and hand over the kills to him this time. But Ogwen still has the Wrath of Triad. Flap zooming out to Kyle.
Oh, nice kick.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna land onto
shit.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Piercer stack for Nile.
Wow, Vitality say you get to have the
Tapi ini Marco
turtle for
diam-diam
free. We're
farming,
not going to
farming.
contest it, of
Farming
course,
aso
but
isi.
we want to go for Haji, knowing that his spell is down, and now they catch Ogwen.
Ogwen again as the Belleric, the stun.
Oh.
Two-man stun now connects to
Oh, Kyle coming.
Shit,
What the heck is that cable, bro? Oh my lord.
Those are two crucial members that Falcons get, however.
Look at this guy.
Freaking Hanabi.
Halo, Bu
But
Marta.
Falcon win out big time on the trades.
Mana?
because we
Kamu
also
nggak ada
get
suara.
Super Marco
Kamu
breaking
tidak
this
bersuara.
tier 1 at the same time.
Emang kamu rakyat
SOD
Indonesia.
connects, all the Guambo combos are there, and even Iman getting into this fight ended up getting him
Anjay.
killed.
Lu mau nggak
This is the
invoice
worst
lu diurusin,
possible scenario
Kevin?
when you
Langsung
want
saja
your
kontak
insurance
Marta
to
sebagai
grow.
manajer.
It's really sad
Gratis.
to pull it out early.
And all the while, Super Marco has just been farming.
Lu nggak tahu
He's
Marta
been pushing
megang
away.
berapa
He's been
caster?
staying here
Total
at the bottom, but
58
it's not like
caster dia.
there's much attention
What
paid
the
towards
heck?
the bottom lane by Vitality either, because we were already talking about how their rotations were mainly focused towards the XP lane. At least Shogun is
Dia
having a
pegang
better
caster
time.
dari
But
PUBG
we're
ada,
slowly
Valo
transitioning
ada,
to the part of the game
Okay.
where
Legends
Super Marco
ada,
might be a lot
Dota ada,
bigger of a problem
Free
than you
Fire
think of him
ada.
to be.
Oh yeah, he's
Gila.
already quite a big
Pokoknya emang
problem.
pacar gue ini the best loh, Kevin. Pinter, pekerja keras lagi.
Overall from the side of Falcons,
Cantik
but
lagi.
man,
Indonesia jarang
until
mandi aja.
Marco gets his 3
What?
items, he's still just going to be only a decent amount of damage only in team fights, right? In the
Canda,
1v1s,
canda.
unless you've got a target to bounce though his auto attacks, you're
Bad feeling
really
masa
not getting
beneran
the full
monyet kan prediksi lu
effect
3-2
of
tadi.
the Hanabi.
Ganti prediksi.
It's at least Sky Pierce again for Moreno.
Tapi emang
still
I just
having
realized,
stats.
Kevin, lu tahu nggak
Dominance
one
Eyes
thing about
already
this
caught up for
Hanabi?
Finn as well.
No one from Vitality can really poke the Hanabi
Looking
in a
good
front
so
to back.
far, at least in the beginning and the
It has to be a
start of
dive,
this
bro.
game, but
It's either
Falcons
Amon or
think
Nile.
that they've been able to find these
And how are you
angles.
gonna
I
do
think it's
that
a-
when the
it's starting
Hanabi
to become
literally
really
has
tricky for
anti-CC?
Vitality, especially with Eman choosing to join the fights but not really getting the maximum advantage out of it just yet.
And look at this spread here. They fight into this tri-brush, right? Where's the kick? Nope, they're not going to do it just yet. They're holding it. They're really.
I think it's done, bro. I think it's done, bro.
Target. This is allowing people like Super Marco to show up. He's not supposed to be a split pusher in these cases. He's supposed to be a team fighter.
This Hanabi is a time bomb,
I
man.
think Eman and Super Marco at this point have just swapped roles.
Bentar, guys, guys.
Super Marco
Lihat, 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 lihat.
I swear to God. Okay, thank God. Oh, Niall, don't die, please. Okay, thank God. Shogun. Aduh.
That was such a weird sequence of events. Haji again, a little bit slow on
Gue
the
sih,
action
gue sih
side here.
uninstall
He was
ML sih
waiting
gue
for the
4 game main barat,
invulnerability, but I think he
sumpah.
was anticipating it for
Lu
too
bayangin
long.
ya,
He should have just let it
XP
rip
mau
before
cari
Niall to
montage,
use the abilities. It's
maunya
3
main
shots to
Lapu,
2
maunya main
abilities,
Teris,
and you
maunya
can
main
keep track
Popeyus,
how many
mau
times
apalah.
he has that
Harus
invulnerability.
main
You
Bennett,
see the little swords
harus main Bennett, terus main
the
Barat.
health bar. It's tough to keep up with. I know a lot of
Tapi
people
nggak
have
apa,
been
Shogun dia
struggling
kan team
with
player
this
soalnya.
new hero.
I am one.
Marco, Sky Piercer dong Marco please banget. Sky Piercer nggak sih Marco?
Paris
Apa?
number one
Mechanically and understanding,
Barat.
anticipating all these combos and the abilities that can come out of this hero.
Paris
But
number one
Falcons,
Barat. Kira-kira siapa ya Paris number one ini ya Moskov ya, Chef di
they're
EWC?
able to somewhat be
Marco.
not as pressured.
Marco
They're
Innocent.
not forced or they're not reacting to what
Nggak, maksud
Vitality
gua
want to
itu
get out of them,
yang
especially when
ini
it's in terms
MMR
of forcing
rank.
out really
Oh.
important
Server Paris.
utilities. And even now you
You wanna
see
use
them
VPN?
just constantly towards the bottom side of the map.
Look at this shit, bro. What the fuck is this Hanabi?
Ooh. Hampir lethal ignition.
That how it's supposed to be?
Rahasia melawan
Hey,
Fanny
he
pada
survived,
Moreno.
right? If Sprint makes
Apa
me live
rahasianya?
with 1 HP,
Okay.
I'll take it any day. But I don't think he's gonna get away
Anjing,
with it
sesat.
for very long.
Barat
And
sih, Cok.
honestly, getting pretty lucky there with Finn able to. Oh, hold on.
Nggak bakal bisa di kick ini Marco, nggak bakal bisa di kick.
He can't.
Don't even attempt.
Moreno was also just zoned out by the fettered airstrike alone.
Mantep banget deh tahan Nabi tinggal.
I've never seen so many people just.
Makanya Sky Piercer nggak sih Marco?
This
Iron
Predator
Check please,
strike
gue pengen
come
liat dia
out
udah Trinity
from
belum
Haji.
itu.
Everyone's just looking at the tablet, just
Biasanya gue
hoping
abis Corruption langsung Sky
maybe they do
Piercer.
something now.
Cause fuck
And I think
DHS, fuck
that's the
Golden
big
Staff.
issue, right? Whoever makes that first move is going to
Nah,
get
Golden
punished.
Staff,
And if
jadi-
Finn doesn't catch that feather
I
airstrike
assume
at
itu
the
udah
right
Trinity.
time, he's got a lot more
Because
that
the
he
Golden
has
Staff
to
is
do. He's got to
completed by
figure out a way
minute
to kick Kyle in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like Vitality at this point, you really want.
It's
to
gotta be Win of Nature for fourth item, bro.
Well enough, but
For sure.
who
Yeah, it has
should
to be.
be
Iya.
the heroes to do that first?
Sky
Who
Piercer lah,
could you expect to
Marco.
primarily
Ah,
be the ones trying to set
basi.
up and really
And not because of the
layer down their
Hanabi,
skills
Vitality
together,
has to
because at this point,
scramble.
Finn,
Which is not the
And
best
probably
way to play
not
this because the Fanny will
Moreno.
just hunt you down.
there is a bit of a lack of damage if they really want to go for the front lines too. I mean, just now they also use the Thunder's Wrath, but it's not enough to really
Ada
take
Ayah
down
Haji
Flap
Puri ya,
on
paling
the
kaya.
Uranus.
Yep, it's really just a stat check, right? And Flap, he doesn't mind. This is why it's so
Kalau
annoying to
nyariin
deal with.
stats sih.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, now
Ah.
they're gonna try and burst him down.
Masa
Flap
iya?
still
It's
has
not
the
dead.
Fury.
It's not dead. Oh no, Moreno is dead. One.
Reacting to
Okay, never
what's
mind.
happening, to what Vitality's
Sabar-sabar,
doing
ini masih
against them.
stealable, sumpah.
Okay,
I thought
now
Kyle's
we
gonna
see
go
Marco
in.
joining in. Super Marco 2.
Their front is super low though.
And within range, the
Alah,
Wrath of
wah
Giants.
mati semua, udah selesai. Hanabi tinggal mukul aja nih. Hanabi! 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 Angkara Hanabi.
GG's bro. GG's bro.
Done, man. Let's go.
Beautifully played by the Falcons.
go.
They understood.
Oh man.
See for them when Owen just has to stand and press one button. That's literally, he just stood there like
Bro,
a tree.
there's
It's
nothing
like,
that can stop a
nah,
Hanabi
you ain't
late game
walking out
when
here. The Wrath
when
of
she's
Giants
so
is just
ahead.
a little too good. Unfortunately, it was on
Literally
Vitality
nothing.
to force a play out to get the timing right. And as much as
Satu-satunya
Nile
kalah
can try
kalau lu
to use
Hanabi lagi ahead ya paling kalau
closing
gua
the
lah.
distance is
Kalau
half
lu
the
tiba-tiba
problem.
otak-otak
And
gua
Owen
transfer ke
has
Super
way
Marco.
too wide of an AoE to completely ignore. So let's look at this replay one more time, right? Just keep your eyes on Owen. He purposely
And,
takes
like, it's
one
so
step
good. Like, the
over
Bellaric ult
neutral
just
line
fucking
to drop it
clumps
down,
them
to
up
give
together,
no
and then the Hanabi
opportunity.
just
Even
hits.
Shogun with the anti-CC wasn't able to
It's almost like a
catch Kyle
Tigreal type of deal.
mid-cable.
Tigreal Hanabi type
This
shit.
is so perfect.
Moreno mainin
He
aja.
barely had to go
Main apa?
in for a
Main Vexana kayak kemarin,
surprise
mantep.
Wrath of
408
Dryad. It was just
Vexana.
really a perfectly timed Wrath of Dryad alone. There wasn't no flicker
Gua baru sadar
sacrifice.
lagi, Chef.
They also
Eudora
weren't poked down
sprint.
low enough because I don't think Vitality could really afford to. They barely have heroes who could poke.
Sprint is not the worst here to be honest.
Pretty much expose yourself to
Yeah,
Falcons already, and now they're knocking on the base turrets.
Eudora sprint.
Fortunately, Vitality.
Usually I'm a hater of the sprint.
Now, but they already got all their energy shields, their holy shields out, and they still have waves incoming. 2 conceals,
Oh,
open drop down.
nice can.
Owen
So-
still not using the Wrath of Dryad.
It's just a
Trying to
cancel,
look for
bro.
an angle. Daytona's welcome, finally committed to
What's
the
that for? Flap's not gonna die, bro.
Damn it.
not using the Purify.
I'm telling you,
Hanabi,
he's gonna
Hanabi.
hold it until, you know,
Hirohama.
Kingdom Come, the next,
Hirohama.
by the time the Rapture comes, you'll be like, yes, Lord, I have the Purify, been holding it this whole time. Oh my goodness.
Sampai
He's
bertemu
not
di
dead,
MPL
and that's
season
the important.
18.
He's 1-0-3, so really no use for it at this stage of the game. The biggest problem right now is who the heck can deal with
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro.
Under the turret of Vitality, enough to take down Nile. Falcons don't seem like they're doing much just to take what they want.
Well, you see what I mean? Literally, there's nothing they can do. As long as Marco has that Aegis, he's walking around as if he's got Purify. And Vitality recognizes
Ini intern graphic designernya udah bikin thank you post anjir. Ya harusnya.
Udah tinggal upload.
Jarinya udah di enter. Udah siap caption, udah siap hashtagnya.
At this stage, Vitality, they just have to play to scale until we see Iman. Actually, well, I think that's his 4th item at this stage, so he should be in pretty good strength. Trinity already complete, I would assume as well. He's getting a prolific done, but right now,
Wait, really?
are not looking good. Somebody needs to clean that long lane.
Yes, someone has to deal with it, but Vitality, they're all...
Where'd you hear that from?
Eman's the one trying.
Oh.
Ada story-nya, ini gue baru kasih tau Marta. Wait, meledak semua. Let Marco.
Yeay, pulang.
Aduh, it's done.
GG go next, GG Nori. Eman, pull an Albert, bro, pull an Albert.
Cuman please, Eman. Vitality akan mengukir sejarah. Lihat dia mau ngapain anjing, ini hadapinya kayak foto. Oh my god, astagfirullahaladzim.
GG's, Vitality. Oh no, we're gonna get knocked out in the first round, bro. All 2 teams.
Yeah, bro. Nah. Onyx will carry the torch. Onyx will carry Indonesia.
the early year, bro.
I was
Oh,
like,
man.
nah. I'm still there. Berarti Buk bener prediksi First Buk 3-1.
Benar, kan terus aku bilang 3-nya siapa?
Oh my god.
GG's man.
Gila, menang di tanah Vitality, bro. Menang di home ground Vitality. Tenang, Vitality tenang. Vitality chill. Onyx will carry the torch. Okay, Onyx will
Sure, buddy.
for Indonesia.
Sure, buddy.
Hey, champion, shut the fuck up, champion. We will pop off. If we can hold SRG with that comeback, if we can hold 6 Lords, bro, Aurora's not gonna stop him.
You're not holding Aura, bro. Let me tell you right now.
Besok kan matchnya ya?
Yeah.
Ya, lu stream lagi nggak? Ayo, stream lagi kita.
We'll see. I think I will. There's no way I'm missing it, but I'm not sure I will restream. Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Just make sure there are no guests next time around.
Yeah.
I think the rumors are true. You don't want to go